Hey, welcome, okay? We're going to get started in just a second here. Appreciate you joining me tonight. It's so good to see all of you. I'd love to see it on the back screen if it could be put up there. That'd be awesome. I got so much great stuff to share with you guys tonight. Thank you again so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I think the world of all of you. I did one of these last week, and we had 60,000 people watch it. So a couple things I want to tell you. I'm going to be using my magic board tonight. We're going to be talking about negotiating. I'm going to show you how to negotiate like a freaking killer, like a negotiator, so that you're not taken advantage of anymore in deals. And some of what I'm going to share with you tonight has, like, people are like, dude, why would you even share your strategies? People I'm doing deals with right now, when they hear this, they're going to know I'm doing this to them. But I want to share it with you because so many of you have asked me, please give me more stuff on negotiating. Okay, help me out. So a couple things I want to do tonight, because I will be using the magic board. Stay till the end, and I'm going to show you how to get a free book. We're just going to let everybody warm up here. Okay? So I'm going to give you a free book tonight. Stay to the end. I'll show you how to get the free book. Share, if you share tonight, and help me reach my goal of talking to billions of people. Because look, let's face it, your mom, your dad, your uncle, your aunt, your mentor probably is not giving you information. Certainly the schools aren't. And so if you share tonight, I'm going to have a free program to give you just for watching. So anybody that shares, I'm going to have a free program to give you. And then if you have a question, post it below. We love likes. If you got a way to hit a like bar, if you're on Facebook, hit the like. I love the wows. My wow is my favorite one. That's the one that gets me. The ha-has, I never know whether the ha-ha is you laughing at me or you're laughing at something I said. So appreciate those. Appreciate your comments. The shares, I'm going to reward everybody that shares with a free additional program that I did. And Jared's the one that picked it out. I said, Jared, of every program that I've ever done, what is your favorite program? Don't give me the name right now, but he gave it to me and I said, good, that's the one. You're also going to see tonight, there's a little secret that I have that I'm going to pay $100 for. If anybody can, I'm going to write it down. I'm going to give it to Jared. The first person that comments about this one little thing, maybe I put it, you know what I'm going to do, Jared? I'm going to put it on this. I'm going to put it, now let me just write it down on the back of this, okay? So the first person that writes this, I'm going to pay $100 cash for. The first person that makes a comment about this. Tonight, I would strongly advise everybody, get a piece of paper, get a pencil. I'm going to be using the magic board a lot. And dude, this is going to be unbelievable tonight, okay? So again, comments, questions, we're talking about negotiating. I want you to stay tight in the lane tonight. Tight in the lane. It's called negotiating, working the deal. You're going to be negotiating, by the way, whether you're a buyer or a seller, you will negotiate in your lifetime. And it's going to result in you paying too much, millions of dollars over your lifetime, or making millions of dollars in your lifetime. Okay, also, I'm going to be making an offer. I know last week that we did this and people were like in the first 15 minutes, what's the offer, dude? I'm ready to buy from you. Some of you have been watching me for years. You know who I am. I've written 7 books, 13 best-selling business programs. I've worked with companies like Toyota, Chrysler. It's just weird, dude. We talked about this, right? Toyota, Chrysler, Ashley Furniture, like some of the biggest companies, Morgan Stanley. It's just, see when I go over there, Jared? Yeah, that's what we talked about right there. So, millions and millions and millions of dollars that we've done with these companies. See how I feel all the time? And so some of you that like, I know you're going to sell me something tonight. What? Oh, I'm going to use it. I'm going to use the clicker, man. I thought we decided that. Millions and millions and millions of dollars that I've been paid, and I'm so humbled and grateful for it. Career of 30 years, I have reviews from companies that are phenomenal. I didn't start my business with selling things to individuals. For years, up until about 3 years ago, we were just selling to big companies. So these are big contracts, $80,000, $1 million contracts, sometimes multi-million dollar contracts. And tonight I'm gonna make you an offer. If you already know you wanna do business with me, it's sick. It's a stupid, ridiculous offer. You can go to grantcardone.com/closer if you wanna take advantage of it. First 50 people that take advantage of it, I'm gonna send you my free best-selling book, Closer Survival Guide. I'm gonna autograph it. I'm gonna sit here tonight and autograph it. I got about 50 of these books set aside to do this with. Last week we had 60,000 people here. Email addresses in comments. Okay. If you want the free program, put your email in comments, and we'll send you the email. We'll email you the link to the free program for staying till the end. Free book you get at the end. Free book you get at the end. I'll show you how everybody can get it. If you know you want the offer, the website, or is the link below? Dude, just click the link below. Link should be there below. If you know you want it, you trust me, you know I always deliver, you've bought other programs from me and you loved them, click the link below. First 50 people, maybe we get shout outs to people that come in as they come in, Jared, and purchase. And I'm just waiting for everybody to get here, and then we're gonna go live. And I'll give you a free book tonight, free autograph book, GC, I'll put a big GC, I'll put your name in it and send you, that's a best-selling book, by the way. That book has never been on a bookshelf. Freaking crazy, okay? All right, so about to get started again. If you just came in, share the stream. When you share, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, where else could they be? Or on my site, wherever you are, thank you for being here. When you share, I'm gonna send you a free program tonight. It's Jared's favorite program, and nobody in my company knows or is listening to more of our information than Jared Glant. Jared's the vice president. He's 34 years old. He makes over $1 million a year with me. He's a multimillionaire. 7 years ago, the guy was broke, had no net worth, had more debt than he had money. So what I'm going to share with you tonight does not just work for me. I want everybody to understand that. What I'm going to share with you tonight does not work just for me. It's work for a lot of people. Millions, hundreds of millions, even billions of dollars of production has taken place because of what I'm going to share with you, okay? So thanks again for being here. My name's Grant Cardone. 7 books, 13 best-selling business programs. We have 7 businesses. I came from nothing, okay? Nothing. When I say nothing, let me explain nothing to you. Brought up by a single mother, no money, no connections, and a college degree, which came with it $40K in debt. Could not get a job. Okay, you want to make it bad now? Drug addict, 135 pounds. I weighed 170 this morning when I weighed in. I was weighing 135 pounds. I had no money, no self-esteem. My twin brother didn't want to have anything to do with me. My sisters knew they couldn't depend on me. Check this out. My mom was in the hospital. My sister, because I lived in Lake Charles where my mom was, my sister was going to call me to say, go check on mom, and didn't because she knew I probably wouldn't show up. I hated myself. People around me didn't like me. Nobody trusted me. I didn't trust myself. So if you're beat up in life, man, if you're maybe just running into me for the first time, or if you've heard, oh, Grant Cardone's, he's showing off in his plane. I have a plane today, okay? I have a fancy car. I live in a condo on the 33rd floor in Miami Beach. I overlook all of Miami. Like, I have an unbelievable life today. I got a beautiful wife, 2 beautiful kids, but it wasn't always like that with me. Okay, I've been beat up, 70 stitches put in my head and face. Everything has been hard for me. So you look at me right now, you're like, oh, the dude's got a studio, he's in there, he's talking, he's confident. Not always like this. Lost my first my 5 jobs, McDonald's. Got fired from McDonald's. Lost a job in a clothing store. Lost a job in a furniture store. Got fired from a refinery. Okay? Been thrown out of bars for getting drunk and passing out. Been beat up more times than I can tell you. The principal of my high school told my mother that I couldn't win dog catcher. So if you can relate to any of that, if you've been beat up, beat down, okay, if you don't have any money right now, if you don't have a job right now, if you're struggling, if you're getting the short end of everything, I totally understand. You got to make a decision tonight if you're going to learn how to negotiate. Because life is a series of negotiations. If you don't learn this, it won't matter how much money you make. Almost every major transaction that takes place in your life will be a negotiation. Everything you do. In life, you do not get what is fair. You do not get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate, okay? In life, you get what you negotiate, not what you deserve. Life is not fair. This is what I had to wake up to at 25 years old. I'm like, dude, I'm getting the short end of every deal. Every single deal. I buy a car, I get taken advantage of. Okay? I rent a house, I get taken advantage of. Everywhere I went, I was being taken advantage of. So I had to start understanding. A man told me once, he's like, Grant, I said, man, I'm praying. I started cleaning my life up. I'm not using drugs anymore, and I'm still losing, dude. Went to college, and I'm still losing. Right? I'm intelligent, and I'm losing. I got people around me that are criminals, and they're winning. I got guys that have bad grades, and they're winning. I got guys that are dumb, and they're winning. Everybody was winning around me but me. And then the guy said, look, the nice guy doesn't win, bro. Best negotiator wins. Best service doesn't win, Grant. If you're taking notes, by the way, grab a piece of paper, write your notes down. We're going to give a free, how much? What are we going to give away for the, I'm going to give a $5,000 seat away tonight for the best screenshot. Stay till the end. Best screenshot of your notes. I'm going to pick one person at the end and give you a free seat to my upcoming 3-day boot camp that is a $5,000 seat. I'll give that to you. Okay, just post below. $10,000. I'm sorry, it's a $10,000 seat. Okay, nice guy doesn't win. Best service doesn't win. Lowest price doesn't win, whether you believe it or not. The best negotiator will be the winner. That's who wins in politics. That's who wins in business. That's who wins in the boardroom. That's who wins the negotiating table. That's who wins in debates, in audits, in the courts. The best negotiator always wins the deal. Who can tell the best story? Who can tell the best story when they're buying a house, getting a mortgage, making an investment, getting a job, hiring somebody, doing a contract, getting a pay raise, buying a car, selling a car, leasing a building, vendor contracts? In all things business, negotiating is required. Negotiating is required, by the way, by the buyer and the seller. Now, some of you know me because I've been teaching sales. We've sold companies, major sales organizations, hundreds of millions of dollars worth of sales training over the years. But what you don't know is that you got to know how to negotiate as a buyer. You're going to be on one side or the other. When you're buying a house, imagine this. If I could negotiate, the average person, I think, buys 3 homes in their lifetime. Dumb purchase, by the way. Imagine if you could save 5%, just 5% on every home purchase. The home you live in right now. In Miami, the average home is about $400,000. If I could just save 20%, I could save $400,000 if I just didn't buy it. I would save myself $20,000, 3 times $60,000. What about the mortgage? Oh, by the way, this mortgage is going to be $400,000. See, a lot of people think negotiating doesn't involve them. My mom didn't know how to negotiate. So every time that she hired a landscaper to cut the grass, she thought she was going to get beat. Every time she went to the mechanic to have the car fixed, she was certain, and by the way, she was taken advantage of. So let's say I'm going to get a mortgage on this house at $380,000. I put $20,000 down. What if I could get just a half a point over 30 years, 360 months? I don't know what that would amount to. What's a half a point? 0.005 on $380,000. Probably like $150 a month. $1,800 a year or something. $1,900. Look how fast I got there. $1,900 a year times 30. Not $1,900. See, it's $1,900 a year times 30 years. $57,000. So I just saved $20,000, by the way, on the purchase. I saved 57 grand on the mortgage. I could afford to pay more money for the house if I knew how to negotiate the mortgage. Now, I know a little something about mortgage. I've done $500 million worth of mortgage transactions. $500 million that I have debt on. So every time I'm in a deal, I'm negotiating how to get an eighth of a point off, a quarter of a point off, a twelfth of a point off, anything to drop that over 30 years. What about when you make investments? Okay, a friend of mine, Dale Christensen, invested in apartments that I was with. We did a partnership where he became the sweat equity on a deal, where I hired him to be the sweat equity partnership in a real estate transaction, and I needed to put a deal together, a contract for him and me. I did that without a lawyer. It protected myself. Again, we're going back to negotiating. How are you going to negotiate a house, a car, a partnership? You're going to do all this stuff, okay? How are you going to negotiate a vendor that you're going to pay for? The bills around here, okay? I got to hire a guy. I want to hire an SEO company. What is the best deal for me and what is the best deal for them? How are you going to simply negotiate a pay raise? Nobody teaches you this in college. People are paying $40,000 a year to go to college, and they don't even have a course on how do I get a damn raise. Just a raise. I was making 60 grand. I want to make sense of 6,600. I want to go from 60 grand to $66,600. How do I do that? It's called the gap, by the way. I should add that to the list. I'm not even covering the gap tonight. I have hundreds of these. You're going to buy a car, sell a car, you're going to lease a building. You know, when you lease a building, if you some of you out there that own a business, I'd love to know how many business owners are here. Or maybe in comments, put what you do. Maybe you're running a business. Maybe you're working your business out of your home, and you're like, man, I got to get more square footage. I'm going to have to go lease a building. There's a thing called tenant improvements on a building. Okay? Are you going to get $5 per square foot for the improvements? Tenant improvements. Are they going to spend $5? Or are you going to have a 5-year lease, a 7-year lease, or a 10-year lease? How are you going to negotiate it? How do you negotiate? How do you negotiate with somebody that's doing this every single day and you're doing it once every 7 years? Right? I could make a deal right here. The difference between $5 of TI and $7 of TI, tenant improvements, is millions of dollars to that building and to making my office look better and not costing me any money. Signing a 10-year lease to a 7-year lease or a 5-year lease, dude, that's all the difference in the world. I'd like to get this down to 3 years and have some options to get a 10-year price. But again, you're like, dude, I'm not even thinking like this. Well, this is what I'm going to do for you for free. I'm going to share with you the secrets of negotiating like a professional, okay, like a master. I'm going to share techniques with you tonight I guarantee you've never heard, like bring the buyer to zero, or what we call ground zero. How to bring somebody back to ground zero. The decision phenomenon, the Genghis Khan strategy, takeaways. I'm going to show you how to use takeaways. I'm going to show you how to literally bring a guy back, sit down with him, and do what's called a role reversal. We're going to flip roles. I'm going to walk in his shoes. What's that called? Walk in another man's sandals. Okay? I'm going to share with you the pregnancy negotiation, or also called the first base strategy, and a lot more. Whether you're the buyer or the seller, stay till the end. I'm going to give you a copy of this. Post your screenshots just below, right, of your no-tolas. I'm going to give somebody a $10,000 seat, all right? Share, and I have a free gift for everybody that shares. Email below. Oh, yeah, share and put your email below, and then we'll send you the link to this program that Jared, and when I tell you what it is at the end, you're going to be like, dude, that was gracious of you, okay? All right. So first, let me tell you why I'm qualified to do this. You don't know who I am. In the last 30 years, I have bought homes, I've leased cars, leased homes. I've done luxury retreats for a month in a place in Park City where they wanted $15,000 a night and negotiated that deal, okay? They wanted $450,000 and I stayed there for $125,000. I got a discount from $450 and $125,000. I've negotiated $1,000 recurring subscription agreements where people didn't want to sign contracts with me. I have files, like hundreds of files of people that pay me thousands, $6,000 a month, $10,000 a month on recurring subscriptions. How would you like to have that? Consulting fees, $100,000 retainers, promotional agreements that are worth millions, partnership agreements, 3 divorce settlements, all of which took less than 24 hours, 2 of which were worth millions, hundreds of millions, and more. I negotiated those divorce settlements in less than 24 hours in all 3 cases when they had been tied up with attorneys for years. I've negotiated $1 billion worth of real estate deals, sweat equity deals. I've negotiated $400 million worth of debt, $60 million in legal settlements. Because if you get successful, and I believe you will end up in the courts. Someone will sue you for something. I have personally, professionally, and successfully negotiated 4 tax audits, 2 with the state of California and 2 with the federal government, and won them all. I know what I'm talking about, okay? I don't want to come off as cocky or arrogant or I know it all. I don't know it all. Like, there's a lot of things I don't know anything about. But when we get to this space of negotiating, I know negotiations so well. I know where I'm at in a deal. I know the timeline. I know whether time's on my side or on their side. You have to know that. I can help you with this, okay? But don't take my word for it. What does it matter that I've made a ton of money? Listen to some stories of other people who have allowed me to help them.
Within 30 days, we reached $1 million in new business.
I got on your product, and I want to say first year increased my income by $30,000.
It's been phenomenal doing business with Cardone, and the best part about it is we've done a 97% increase for January 2018 over 17 and a 100% increase in February 2018 over 2017. So just in those 2 months alone, the entire year's paid for in our increase in sales.
So look, pay attention. Tonight I'm going to share with you, I don't know, I always say I'm going to share 3 strategies and then I end up being 5 and then it could be 7 and it could be 9. I have hundreds. I could literally you and I could sit down here until 2 o'clock in the morning, and at 2 o'clock in the morning I'd get my second win. That's how much I want to share with you. That's how much I'd like to share with you, and I want to help you. The success of other people is what I live for today, okay? So I'm going to share some techniques. Again, take your notes. Post your questions below. Enjoy tonight's training. If you're digging it, let me know in comments. If you have a question, post them. Share the stream for the free gift. Stay to the end. I'm going to give you a book, okay? Take notes, screenshot them, post them. I'm going to give you a $10,000 seat at the growth conference. And remember that at the boot camp. And if you can guess the secret thing, has anybody guessed it yet? Okay? The secret thing. The first person to quote the secret thing. I'm going to give $100 cash too. No, not that. Okay, first of all, tonight I'm going to be talking about the white flag. How to use the white flag. It's a surrender technique when you're negotiating. Very, very powerful. And you will probably use it in every negotiations you're in order to start the negotiations. And also when they bog down and when it becomes emotional, you want to use the white flag. I'm going to go over all these in a second. Number 2, back to the future. I don't even know that show, okay? Back to the future. I'm going to show you how to literally bring a guy back and bring him back into the future of a deal. So where we make a deal, but I had to bring him back first. I'll show it to you in a second, okay? Number 3, the Inquisition. I'm going to share one with you tonight that I told Jared when I put it together. I said, I don't even know if I want to show people this. Like, it's so brutal. Also, I'm going to show you tonight, I'll get to all of these, by the way. I'll figure out how to do it. Number 4 and number 5, for sure, I'm going to get through this, okay? The one thing, I thought I'd change the name of that, Jared. This is called the one thing. You know, in life, you got to find that one thing. And then I'm going to show you number 5. You know, there's only one thing, right, that blows the deal? at the end of the deal. You can never say one thing that will blow a deal, but there's never more than one thing that keeps a deal from happening. It's called the one thing. You got to get to the one thing when you negotiate with people. The Inquisition, by the way, is about hard questions. The Inquisition is about hammering down to find out what the problem is. Like you got to hammer down. I'm going to be going over a lot of hard questions tonight. I talk about hard questions a lot as a way to qualify, to find out, do you have the decision maker? What's the real problem? Why did they sit down with me? Why now? Why did you agree to see me, right? Like you got to figure out how to ask hard questions in a deal. And the more sophisticated they are, the easier it is to get away with it, by the way. The less sophisticated they are, the harder this one is to pull off. It's actually contrary to people's understanding. The more advanced the negotiators in the room are, the easier it is to pull this off. The less advanced they are, the less strength they have, the harder that is to pull off, which is completely contrary to people's thinking. Okay? And then there's this one. This is called the selfish child. It's why your kid gets everything he wants. It's how a kid gets spoiled, actually. Kid's neurotic, dude. Kid can't see anything but his side. He doesn't even see anything else. He's like, hey, I'm tearing this place apart if I don't get what I want. And that's why so many of you don't get what you want, because you don't know how to play the selfish child when you negotiate with people. Okay? So let's go over the first one, all right? White flag. It's called the white flag. The white flag is a surrender technique. And again, if you have questions, just post below. I want to make you a master negotiator. I have libraries of content. So I don't mind giving you this tonight. I have libraries and libraries of content. If you never do business with me on anything, I got 1,200 companies this month that are going to pay me somewhere between $1,500 and $6,000 times 1,500 every month. And Jared's like, more than that, okay? I have another 4,500 apartments that are going to pay me this month. So if you never buy from me anything, I want to help you and your family. If I help you and your family enough, you're going to do something with me later. Maybe you buy a book from me. Maybe you download an audio program. Maybe you get the offer that I give you tonight. Okay? By the way, if anybody comes in from that first thing, let me know. Then they would throw it up on the screen. Okay, congratulations. All right, and John, you know you should be running those when people hook up on the offer. Okay, figure out how to give the other party what they want. This is a surrender technique. I'll give you an example. I'm buying a guy's house, and I'm going to give you examples tonight. But this could be anything, and it could be any number. I'm telling you about a real situation that happened to me. I'm buying his house. Okay, I'm buying his piece of real estate. He wants $410,000 for the deal. Could be a car. This could be a Lambo, right? Could be a Rolls Royce. It could be a contract you're buying. It could be some debt that you're buying, right? Like, just imagine, what could it be? It could be a salary. By the way, why don't you guys negotiate 6 and 7 year salaries rather than 1 year at a time? Well, why does somebody with a lot of talent negotiate a $6,000 deal rather than a bigger deal for a longer period of time with some increases? Why wouldn't you, if you're really super talented, why wouldn't you say, look, I need a guarantee of $72,000 a year, plus I need a 5% increase for inflation every year. I do it in my real estate, but you can't do it for a human being. Why? Because you don't negotiate what you want, because you think people are going to be fair with you. Nobody's going to be fair with you. The planet doesn't work on fairdom. It works on what you negotiate. What you get is what you negotiated. If your life sucks, sorry. If you overpaid, sorry. If you sold it for too little, sorry. Nobody took advantage of you. The marketplace will not reward people that are not prepared. It's a brutal world out there. They don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, white or black, tall or short, skinny or fat. They don't care. They're like, hey, man, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the white flag, okay? This is great for off-market stuff, people that don't want to sell something. I'm looking at buying a business right now, okay? I'm going to buy this guy's business. So I know what he wants for the business, so I'm going to go in and wave the white flag. I'm going to be like, look, man, I'll give you what you want for the house, the car, the business, okay? You want the 410, I'm good at the 410. I'm going to offer them 410, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have them take care of items that I need done. This puts the seller in a very, very difficult situation to say no to me, because I get to go back and say, what? I need the roof fixed. I need the air conditions updated to brand new. I need the kitchen done. That's going to be 40 grand. Okay, the roof is going to be 40 grand. The AC is going to be 20 grand. And the landscaping, dude, you neglected the landscaping, my brother. Okay, I need 15 for the landscaping. So that's 15, 40, 20. That's $115,000. So we could do one or two things. I always want to give people A, B, and probably C. I'm getting advanced already with you, because C is going to be ground zero. This is what we can do. I can give you 410, and you do it. I can give you 410 less the 115, and I do it. But we can go to ground zero, dog. Ground zero, I don't get your house, and you don't make a sale. Dude, look, he's going to go freaky on you right now, okay? Now, this is what you need to know. Before any of these techniques that I share with you, you have to be Spock. You have to be unemotional. If you want to be enthusiastic when you're selling something or calling on somebody, that's great. When you get to the negotiations, you need to go vanilla. You need to chill completely. The reason so many people get all upset in negotiations is because you don't know what you're doing. You guys get lost. You're like, get frantic. They start accusing, I can't believe you. I can't tell you how many deals I've been in where somebody blew up. How many times Jared has been here and seen people exploding. And I'm like, Jared, dude, it's all right, man. Everybody's freaking out. Man, I can't believe. Dude, you got to stay calm. Number one, you got to stay calm. Before the techniques, you got to, I understand, man. That's why I gave you the 410. I'm the good guy here. Wave the white flag. I'm not fighting you. I'll pay you the 410. I'll pay you the 410, okay? But look, when they come appraise this house, they're going to be like the roof, the air conditioning, the kitchen. You don't want to be the bad guy. You want to be the good guy here. In fact, I tell you what I'll do. I'll pay you $415 to make you feel good. And what else can I do for you, okay? I'll close 30 days, improve their situation now, okay? Now I'm getting advanced, all right? I can't help myself, damn it, every time I do it. So what I want to do is I want to do the white flag, plus I want to improve the situation before they ask me to. So this is what I'll do. I'll go the 410. I'll go another 15, okay? And I'll close 30 days before your next payment, which saves you another $2,000. So I'm at 410, 415, $427,000. But you got to take care of the roof. You got to take care of the air conditioning. You got to take care of that. Or we deduct that. Now you're going to work things out. That's called negotiating. By the way, can you look up the word negotiating to tell me what it means? And then if I got a question or a comment or something, people having problems. That's the white flag. Okay, what are you going to do in the white flag? You are going to wave the flag.
Discussion aimed at reaching an agreement. The action or process of transferring ownership of a document.
Exchange. I talk about this in the Closed Survival Guide. Nothing happens until the deal's closed. And most deals need to be negotiated before they're closed. So that this customer, A, exchanges with B, he feels like whatever he's given over here, his pile of coins or exchange or house or whatever value he has is worth more to what this guy's getting, okay? He feels like, hey, I want what he has more than I want what I have. And so people exchange things. So I have to convince A, hey man, look, I know I'm not giving you the 410 less the 15, or what was it, 115? How much was it, Jared? Oh, it was too much. It was like 285. So that's a brutal discount, right? So we're going to probably settle out somewhere in between. But you got to be in the game, okay? Your deal's made on the buy here. You can't make money on the way out if you didn't make a good deal going in. Now, there's situations, I just did a deal, I'll show you this, okay? For those of you who think this won't work in insurance or sophisticated, big transactions. Let's say you're selling a contract to Microsoft. You're like, man, I can't negotiate with Microsoft like that. Or I'm doing a deal with a big Fortune 50 company. The deal was 80 million bucks. Let me tell you, these guys, they have teams of people. It was one guy and a team. And at the end of the deal got sticky, right? The deal got sticky. I'm going to show you what's called back to the future. It's number 2. Deals, remember this, deals are done when problems are solved. When problems are solved, gaps can be filled. They want 80 million. At the end of the day, secret in my mind, I want to be at 74. I'm not getting enough money. This is called the sticking point right here. I'm not getting what I wanted. It's really not about the money, by the way, particularly with a company, because it's not the individual's money, right? Listen to what I'm telling you right now. When I'm in a deal, I'm sitting down with a guy. He works for a big company. That's not his 6 million he's defending. What's he defending? He's defending his reputation. He's defending, I got to go back to the board and tell them I can't get to 80. He's got a safe face right here, okay? So what I want you to do when you're in a deal, I want you to get off the sticking points, price, difference, the terms, the contract, the problem. Get off of what appears to be the sticking point of price and terms, whatever that is. And I want you to return to the real problemo. What is the problem that you really solve when you buy this deal from him? Regardless of the price. This is called back to the future. So I'm going to tell him, hey, just for a minute, I know we have this difference right here. Let's assume that all that is handled, okay? And I buy your deal. And you no longer have the deal, and now I have your deal, okay? I now own your deal. Or you don't have anything right now, and you get my offer. What problem did I solve? When you get my offer or I take your deal. I'm taking the guy into the future, right? Back to the future. I get your deal and you don't have it anymore. Okay, it's gone from you and now I have it. See, what you need to know, when you bring this guy to the future of the deal being successful over here, what you don't know is what he knows that he hadn't told you. Said, hey man, just talk to me for a second. I know this hadn't been working out. You know, we got this little difference right here. Let's put it aside just for a minute. Let's assume that we can handle it because we can. Another little secret here. You have to be the only one that has to know for sure the deal can be made. You're taking notes. This is critical. When you're in that deal, you have to know. Nobody else has to know this. You have to know this deal can be made. This deal can be done. We can do a deal. So for a second, let's assume that all this can be handled. Okay? Let's just bring you to the future. 2 months from now, I closed, I took your property away. Think for a moment. What problems have I solved for you? No problems. You haven't solved any problems for me because he's hard right now. Remember, he's not undone on the 6 million yet. We got this $6 million problem. Your job is to get him off the sticking point. Hey, let's assume we handle that. Let's assume that's gone, okay? Let's assume now we're 2 months into the future. I take this or you get mine, whatever the deal is. It can go either way. Buyer or seller, seller or buyer. I bring you to the future, I buy your deal, and you don't have that deal anymore. What problems did I solve? By the way, the first time when he says, it doesn't solve any, I guarantee he thought of 2 or 3 things. He's collecting data now. What problems did I solve for you? You didn't solve any problems. Sure I did. Or you wouldn't be selling your deal. Nobody sells anything if they don't have a problem with it. Okay? No, we just want to make a bunch of money. All right. I'm thinking ground zero right now. Ground zero is what? You're not going to be making a bunch of money. There's nobody else in here trying to buy your deal right now. It's me. I can close this deal in 2 months, man. Get him off the sticking points. What problems do I solve, okay? Just share one with me. Well, and this is what he said to me. We have closed out the rest of our fund. This actually happened to me. We have closed out the rest of our fund, and this is our last deal in the fund. And we're done. See, this wasn't about 6 million. It's about $66 billion worth of fund. He had a $6 billion fund. This was $80 million of it. Check this out. $6 billion. This was 80 million of the 6 billion. And we were disagreeing about 6. This is a throwaway. This is like, it's not even measurable money. What is it, Jared? Jared's dividing 6 million into 6 billion. Not even 1%. Just for a minute, let's assume that all can be handled. What problem are you trying to? Yeah, you got to turn it sideways. I think it's 0.001. It's 1/10 of 1%. Yeah, it's 0.001. Okay, so we made the deal. By the way, I closed on one of the trophy properties. Had a lady on the phone tell me yesterday, "You stole that deal, dude. Stole that. I can't believe it. Everybody's talking about you right now because you stole that deal." By the way, if you call the seller, they're going to say Grant Cardone is an awesome dude. Because I'm forcing all my people to watch this tonight. One of the reasons we did this tonight was because my people need more training. They need to get better. So one of the reasons we're doing this, I got 40 people that are on the phone every day selling contracts, $80,000, $200,000, $2 million contracts to companies, and they got to know how to stay in the deal and not get all freaked out with people. So remember this, back to the future, okay? Back to the future. Get off the sticking points. Take the guy out of the point that he's stuck on. Bring him into the future. Hey, just for a moment, let's assume that all this can be handled. Get him out of this past, this thing right now. What problem are you trying to solve? Okay? Well, man, I don't have that deal anymore. Good, what else? Come on, man, what aren't you telling me? It was just a flood on the property. He didn't have to handle that. It was a flood, okay? Oh, he's got a bad roof, we found out when we were doing the due diligence. He's got roofs. There's only 50 different buildings. He's got roof issues on all 50, right? So I'm getting data right here. What if it's a car deal? You're trying to buy a car for $80,000. It's the end of the month. I'm going to show you a technique tonight. Like, it's not even fair to use it, but you have to know it because it's going to be used on you. It's called the Genghis Khan. Okay? Genghis Khan, dude, the guy was brutal. And there's a technique that if it's ever used on you as a seller, you're vulnerable to it if you don't know about it. And so let's say you're trying to buy this car. It's the end of the month. And you're like, dude, you know what? I changed my mind. You know? Okay? You quoted me payments of $850 a month. And I'm just, I just can't, I can't do it. Let me tell you something, man. $50 a month for 36 months saves me how much money? $1,800? You know what most people do? Oh, it's only $50. No, it's not. It's $1,800. $1,800. And what if I do this 10 times in my lifetime? There was a book called The Millionaire Next Door that talked about not drinking coffee at Starbucks and saving $3. I saved $18,000 just knowing how to negotiate on my damn car purchases or on the lease purchase. What about an apartment purchase? Okay? Let's say apartment rentals are the highest they've ever been in the history of the United States. We have the highest penetration of renters today than ever. It's a landlord's heaven right now. So let's say you're in Miami, it's a $4,500 a month rent. You're there, you're negotiating, it's a hot market. How could you get this for $3,800 and save yourself $700 a month? What you could do is lengthen the term. Or what you could do is pay cash. The building that I'm in right now, when we negotiated this building, I'm paying, what are we paying, $40? $38?
Here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
$38. You know what the going rate here? The bank next door to me pays $54. $54 a square foot. I pay $40 bucks?
40.
I say $14 times 10,000 is $140,000 a year. I negotiated the deal with the bank, not the owner here. So what I did was I went online looking for office space and I went for sublease. I'm looking for something to sublease, not lease. I wanted to lease from him, not from the owner. So much to learn on this negotiating thing. A lot of people think negotiating is about selling. It's not. It's about being the buyer. By the way, being the buyer is being the seller. Okay, number 3, the Inquisition. Let's talk about the Inquisition. And I'm sure you got a bunch of questions coming in, Jared. So if you got questions, again, we have a special offer for you tonight. If you want to click the link below and grab it, it's a super freaking deal. It's a no-brainer. I'm giving you so much that, like, literally you got to be a fool or you're completely broke. Like you have zero money. There's impossible for you to buy this. It's that good, okay? The Inquisition, also known as hard questions. I'm known for my hard questions. One of the questions is this: have you seen enough to make a decision? Have you seen enough to make a decision? When's the last time you invested this much money? When? Why? Have you ever? What? They all start with questions like that. They're all like, what are these, prepositions? Hey, when is the last time you invested this much money? When is the last time you made a decision this size? What happens if you don't do this? What's the worst thing? I think worse like that, right? Or with an E. Worst or worse? I did advanced grammar, by the way. I should know, okay? But it's just not really that important. What is the worst thing that can happen if you don't do this? What's the worst thing that can happen if you do this? Why did you decide to see me now? Why did you agree to see me at all? Why did you let me do the presentation? I'm just curious. When is the last time, how about this? When, did I do when? Yeah, I did. When is the last time you made a bad decision? When is the last time you made a good decision? What is the worst decision you've ever made in your life? This is the Inquisition. Okay? Now you could also flip this to the terms. Hey, when did anybody tell you you could possibly get this much money? Go ahead, Jared.
Enrico said, with these hard questions, I deal with CEOs of companies. Is it inappropriate to ask questions that would put them in a tough spot?
Not only is it not inappropriate, it is professional to ask questions. You must put the guy on the heater. You have to be the inquisitioner. He's going to have confidence in you because you ask the questions. So I'm asking Enrico. Enrico, how big is his purchase, by the way? What's he selling?
Copiers.
He's selling copiers. Dude, you guys get jacked so many times. Seth, congratulations. Darren, congratulations. Melissa, congratulations, okay? You have to be willing. The reason you guys don't do this is because you don't have any, like you got to get hit. You got to ask the questions. If you don't ask the questions, you just keep getting strung along. That's why guys in the copier business, the insurance business, the financial planning business, they say, man, our cycle's really long. Do you know this thing called deal fatigue? Deal fatigue happens because you don't ask hard questions. What's the worst thing? What's the worst thing? I asked a guy this. The contract was $1.7 million. By the way, we didn't sell it for $1.7 million. We sold it by the month. It was by the month, okay? It was like $80,000 a month across 17 locations. I'm breaking it down to the ridiculous now. And then I'm going to compare it to his other purchases. I'm negotiating with him. It's $1.7 million. I don't have any more money to give you, I'll tell you right now. I mean, if the conversation is about money, many of you that follow me have heard me use this before. I don't have any more money to give you. So we got to make sense of the 1.7. Okay? Let me ask you a question. It's $80,000 per month, 17 locations. I could make sense per location, but I'm not going to try to do that with you, sir, because you're a professional. At the end of the day, you're looking at how much it's going to cost you over 3 years, not one day. See, I'm selling the whole thing, not a little thing. Most people would try to sell a little thing. I want a big problem, not a little problem. And in fact, sir, let me just tell you, this isn't going to be a 3-year deal. It's going to be like 10 years before I change my technology. So this isn't going to be $1.7 million. It's going to be more like $5.4 million over the period, the life of the time you spend and invest money with me. Let me ask you something. When's the last time you spent $5 million? By the way, my deal's 1.8. When's the last time you spent $5 million? I increased the problem. Okay? Now, if you're taking notes, you're looking to win that free seat to the boot camp. One of your screenshots should say this: give the buyer a bigger problem. Increase the problem so you can make sense of this one, okay? The 1.8. This is our target right here, all right? the Inquisition. I'm at $1.8 million, and I'm going to tell them, look, you're going to end up spending 5.4 with me. You're obligated to this. My goal is to get you here. Follow me? He's going to have a problem with this. So you guys just don't have the backbone. You know why? Because you haven't developed it yet. Let me ask you a question. How would you justify, first time I used the H word, how could you possibly justify $5.4 million with anyone on anything? That's the question you want to ask. The guy looked at me and says, dude, look, it looked like if your deal works at all, if I only sell another 50 deals a month at 17 locations, he's breaking it down. I don't have to. Can you see that over there? I can't see it. I can't. Oh, really? A lag. Oh, by the way, that's what the guy across from you, he's going to have a lag too. It's not going to quite compute. That's why, notice, I'm always writing it down on the board. Anytime you negotiate, always write it down. If it comes out of your face, make sure they're writing it down or you're writing it down. If I'm over the phone and I'm negotiating with somebody on the phone, I'm always going to do this. Do you have a pencil handy? I have a guy, he wants to invest money in my deal. He says, how does your deal work? How do I get paid? Do you have a pencil handy? Write this down. Okay? How much money are you going to give me, first of all? Well, I don't know. Okay, but if you did know, how much money would you give me so that I can tell you how much money I'm going to pay you? Ask hard questions. Okay, how much money do you have, dude? How much money do you have in the bank? How liquid are you? If you knew you were going to make 2 or 3 times your money, how much money could you give me tonight before we hang up the phone? Man, I'm not even close to that kind of energy. I'm not being argumentative. I'm asking him a simple question. You want to know what I'm going to pay you. I'm going to explain it to you. Write this down, okay? So he says, well, I got 500 grand I can give you right now. Well, he's already thinking, I'm using the question to get to his money, right? 500 grand, good. Write the 500 down, multiply times 6%. That's 30,000 a year. And I'm going to have him write all it down. It doesn't become real until people can write it down. You guys that aren't taking notes, you're trying to keep all this stuff in your head. That's why stuff doesn't work for you. Because you get this idea, that idea, this idea, and you never learn enough. The way I learned this was I practiced over and over. Anytime I learned something that worked, I'd write it down. I experimented. I'm like a lab man. What's the laboratory guy? The scientist, a biologist. When it comes to negotiating, I'm like, my whole life depends on the negotiations. Okay? Now, by the way, I didn't get that deal. Just to be completely transparent. It doesn't always work. But at least I was in the game swinging. Jared.
Alex has a question. He sells software, and he says he's got low confidence. How can he get started using some of these techniques that you're showing?
You got to start playing with them. First of all, you have to be introduced to new ideas. You have to be introduced to new ideas. You have to believe in somebody other than yourself. Okay, if you want to build confidence, you don't just stand in a mirror and say, "I'm going to be confident." Particularly when you're negotiating. Okay, we've been told not to do this. So if you want to build confidence, you have to find someone that you believe in, and you need to become like them. Jared does not build confidence in his head. Jared watches me on deals, and his job is to be like, I'm going to try that strategy Grant just did. Now, if I ask you right now to repeat the 3 strategies I gave you, this is the problem with information. I talk about this all the time. You guys don't need information, you need to know. The number one request we get here is, Grant, be my mentor. Can you mentor me? Can you spend time with me? Sure I can, dude. I'm spending time with you right now. But what about tonight? What happens tomorrow? What happens? Jared got a phone call before this. Sandy's calling. The baby's crying. What do? It pulls him out of the office for a second. So if you're getting distracted right now, who can tell me the 3 things that I gave you already and I added 2 more? So that would be 5. Can anybody list them? I'm not asking you to list them right now. Can you? Because I promise you, 90% of the audience, how many people are on right now? Awesome, dude. By the way, we're giving a free program to everybody that shares the stream tonight. Everybody that shares, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, wherever you're watching, share it. Introduce me to your brothers, your cousins, your uncles, your aunts, people that follow you on that same thing, people that subscribe to your channel or follow you. Share it, and I'm going to give you something for free. It's Jared's favorite program of every program I've done. 7 books, 13 best-selling business programs, thousands of hours of content that I have been working on codifying for the last 30 years. So, confidence. Find someone that you believe in, study them and only them for a while until you know the material, and you'll start using it, I promise you, okay? Look, just those 3 strategies and the 2 I added that I didn't have in my presentation here, just those 3, man, if you knew them, would you be more certain? Would you be more confident? If you had a game plan, if you knew what to say, if you could listen to this before you went into a presentation. Listen to what some of my other students are saying.
My team last year, from 0 production, I went to the #1 agent, single agent in 2017. Again, from 0 production to about $16 million in sales. Honestly, more credit goes to Grant than it does myself.
Went from 0 to over £1.6 million worth of portfolio in less than 12 months using other people's money.
Buddy Justin Reichel. Hey man, I just want to tell you thank you so much. Hey, my team's been on Cardone for about the last 4 months, and today we sold enough product to pay me back my $85,000 in 1 day. We sold enough today to pay me back $85,000 in 1 day because of Cardone. You guys are awesome. You sell the best product in the world. Thanks.
$85,000 in 1 day. Would that build your confidence? How about $1.3 million other people's money? Would that build your confidence? Somebody walks up and says, I want to give you $1.3 million to invest in real estate. Would you be more confident? Sure. Results get you confidence. Look, if you're anything like me right now, what have you been on? 20 minutes? 30 minutes? How long have we been on? 1 hour? If you're anything like me right now, if I was in a seminar right now, or a conference or a webinar, I'd say, hey dude, what's the deal? I'm a smart guy. If you're smart like I am, if you're fast like I am, okay? If you're like sitting there right now thinking, dude, if I could stay cool, if I could stay calm, if I knew what that cat knew in his head, you know I've only given you this much. If just the 3 strategies and the other 2 that you forgot and the one I snuck in on you, the Genghis, okay, this could be a total game changer for you. And you don't have to be a salesperson to do it. It's when you buy stuff. It's when you buy anything, any contract you're going to do in your life. You cannot live on planet Earth without doing a contract, a lease, some kind of promise. And if you're anything like me, you don't simply want a piece. You don't want a one-night thing. You're not a one-night stand learner, okay? You want all of it if you're like me. So what I did was I put a program together so you can know everything that I know when it comes to negotiating. Everything, not some of it, not part of it. So for all of you that have seen enough, if you've seen enough to make a decision, as we say here, click the link below. If you're tired of paying too much, tired of not getting your fair share, tired of being bullied in negotiations, if you're sick and tired of being mistreated, if you literally like go into panic when you go to buy something because you know you're going to be ripped off, click the link below. It's an $11,000 offer, 11 grand that I'm going to give you for a fraction of the cost, just a fraction of the cost. First 50 people are going to get my signed copy of Closer Survival Guide. Awesome book, by the way. Best-selling books, never been in a bookstore. And I said I was going to give them something else. Yeah, that's pretty good. Look, this is for the first 50. The first 50, as long as my supplies last. If I can do a few more than that, I will. If anybody hooks up, make sure they're rolling, okay, so people can see that people are actually doing this. Again, my name's Grant Cardone. It's the first time you've ever seen me. This is my studio. We have 7 businesses now. I had 5 at the start of the year. We've added 2 more. I got $800 million worth of real estate. Probably going to hit $1 billion in real estate before the end of the year. My little companies make about $140 million a year, every year. I came from nothing. If you don't know that, I came from nothing. I got a new shirt on tonight. I remember when I couldn't buy. I went a year with 3 or 4 shirts. Okay, I was $40,000 in debt. I didn't have any connections. I didn't have any mentors, but I had freaking desire, man. I had a desire. I was like, I am committed to being successful. I got to get a break here. I tried so many programs. I bought Brian Tracy. I bought Tom Hopkins. I went to this, and I'm like, dude, they're going to work. Sooner or later, they're going to work. And I finally got one program. I spent $9,000 on this program. I had to borrow the money from my mother. I couldn't get any credit. Didn't have a credit card. They took my credit cards away from me. Okay, like I can't even tell you how many bad things were going on. I had 70 stitches in my head and face. My family hated me. And I went to my mom. I'm like, I beg you, please lend me this money. It's going to be a game changer. And that program changed my life. But I used it all the time. It was with me all the time. Every morning, I made the obligation to be with me. So the program I put together here at the link below, you're going to get it for a fraction of the cost. All I ask you to do is this. By the way, this is a 30-day money-back guarantee on the program. If you don't want the program, just send it back to me. No problem. Jared's like, don't do that. Dude, if you don't want it, you don't want it. Okay? There's 8 billion people on this planet. I want to help the ones that want help, okay? So if you know you want it, if you know you need it, if you're tired of getting taken advantage of, tired of not getting your fair share, tired of sending your wife out there to the car dealership or to buy a house, if you and your wife, you and your husband's ever had the conversation, don't buy anything while I'm gone. Dude, whether you're buying a pair of sunglasses at the mall or a purse for your wife or a pair of shoes, there's a deal to be had, okay? I always get a deal. If I don't get a deal, I at least ask for one. Okay, number four, let me show you some more techniques. For those of you I gotta see everything you got, dog. I got 30 years of this content sitting here, man. I've been for 30 years collecting data. 30 years looking at deals. I've been on billions of dollars worth of deals. And I look at the mistakes I made, when I walked away, what I should have got. Oh, I should have done this. Okay, here's the one thing. This is called the one thing. It's called the one thing. Now, if you've ever followed my information, I always say, no one thing will ever blow a deal. Don't confuse that with what I'm about to tell you. No deal does not close because more than one thing. And now this might sound confusing to you. One thing, me doing one thing cannot cause Francisco to want to not do business with me. When we come to the end of the deal, whether I'm the buyer trying to buy from him or I'm the seller trying to sell to him, all negotiations come down to 4 things, of which only one thing matters. There's never an exception to this, ever. It is never 2 things. It's never 1.5 things. It's never 3 things. It's one thing, and your job is to get to the one thing. Those one things, it's either product, time, stall, or money. It's called the PTSM syndrome. And there's a drug for it. Click the link below. Okay? And for a fraction of the cost. The difference here is you don't get addicted to this. Okay? PTSM. Is it the product? Is it the time? Is it a stall? Another hard question, by the way. You can add it to your list of inquisition negotiation questions. Is it a stall or is it money, price, or term? Product. I'm not sure about the product. Maybe they have another product they like better. You have to find that out. You got to pull the strings on this deal. It's like the kitten in the yarn. It gets all bungled up and you got to keep pulling the string out. Pull. And you can either pull too tight. This is what I was talking about with our guys today. You pull too tight and you get a knot. Pull, and then all of a sudden you find that one string and a little knot comes apart and the whole thing straightens out. It's one thing, one knot, one problem, one issue. Most of the time, as you take notes, they will not give you the one thing the first time. Most of the time, they're going to throw the red herring. They're going to tell you it's the product when the truth is it's the money. They're going to tell you the money when it's the product. They're going to tell you it's the time when that's just a stall. They're going to stall you when it's really the product. Look, these are all freaking bundled up. And your job is to figure out which one it is. And you're going to ask this question. What is the one thing holding you up right now? The one thing that if I fixed it right now, you're like, I'm in. The one thing and the only thing. Well, it's really this and this and this. Okay, great. But if it was just one thing, what would it be? One thing. Well, Grant, the deal is Okay, you're going to probably have to ask this question. Just like that piece of yarn, you're going to have to pull at this thing lightly. Also, on the stalls, on the PT, on the S, this one right here, you can almost guarantee whatever they tell you here. I need to wait for taxes. I got to wait for Bob. I got to wait for the committee. You can almost guarantee that's really one of these three and not this one. Okay, the stall, really there's only three. The stalls are either the product, the timing, or the money. Money is what? Price, terms, contracts, down payment, monthly payments, obligation, interest rate, the term, the lease, whatever the term is. There's only so many things that can be. So you want to break this down. What is it? Which one of these things? So you want to get down to that one. If there was one bothering you, it's the money, it's the price, and the terms. If there was one I had to fix that would make everything okay, what would it be? This is the one thing, okay? How many things can blow your deal? No one thing can blow a deal. How many things can hang a deal up? Only one. Okay, number 5. Y'all so quiet in here. Okay, number 5. Number 5 is the selfish child. The selfish child is a neurotic, right? Like you got to literally like be, to make this one work, you got to be a little wacko. You cannot make sense of their logic. When you're negotiating, there's only one logic that matters. Now, this is going to sound really crazy to a lot of people when you hear this. I never make sense of their logic, ever. I have a rule when I'm negotiating. No matter what they say and how much sense it might make, I never make sense of it. I never support their case. Jared seen me do this 1,000 times. He calls it my Cajun math. It's a Cajun think, right? I'm like, dude, look, I'm not making sense of his story. I'm making sense of my story.
What about you get on and do the math?
I make sense of my story, and I only make sense of my story, okay? The only story that matters to me is the story I'm telling. I'll tell you, I was negotiating a real estate deal. The bank came in, San Diego National Bank, comes in at the end of the deal. This was a loan for $42 million. And they said, hey man, we need you to buy $250,000. I think it wasn't even much. $250,000 worth of insurance. I said, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. I need more insurance. Yeah, we noticed you only have $70,000. Yeah, I need more insurance. What am I doing right now? What technique is that? White flag. Yeah, dude, I need more insurance. I agree with you. It's a great idea. I understand that. And by the way, I'd love to have more insurance. I'm sure Elena would like to have more insurance. You guys should want me to have more insurance. But let me be clear about something. If you got some kind of idea that I'm paying for the insurance, that won't be happening. Ever. You want the insurance? You pay for it. It doesn't benefit me, and they freaked. They lost their minds. Well, Grant, we have to have it insured. We have to have a loan insured. You know, you got to have more insurance if something happened to you. I'm like, hey, look, I totally agree with you. Doesn't benefit me. I'm not paying for it. If I believed in insurance, I would have more. You didn't say it when you laid it out. And you're probably right, by the way. What is that? The white flag again. I'm combining the white flag with logic. I'm not buying it. I don't need it for me. It's not for me. It's for you. You want it. You pay for it. We have to have the $250 insurance. Good. How much is it? I forget what the number was. Good. It's no money, right? He's like, yeah, Grant, what's the big deal? If it's no money, you pay for it. Okay? This is completely one-sided. It's selfish. You literally have to become, this is what Trump calls what is the reality he does? Created reality, his reality. No, not augmented, but it's a
fantasy,
you got to create your own reality here. Oh, by the way, that's what everybody's doing anyway. Some guy that sat, and I'm moving into another technique right now, but see, when you learn the techniques, you don't do them as individuals. You start like blending things together. Some guy sat in a boardroom, there was probably 8 people there, They're going around, yeah, we approve the loan. Yeah, we approve the loan. So all these loans go through approval. These big loans, all of them go through a board. There's never one guy making that decision typically at 42 million bucks. There's a board that has the ability to make an approval. So there's a bunch of guys sitting around and they're like, yeah. Did you check this? Did you check that? There's only maybe 2 smart people there and everybody else is just like, yeah. They're just there as filters, right? So you got to know that's what's going on at the bank. That's why like programs like I'm offering you tonight are so valuable, because when you get into business, nobody tells you that's what's going on when you get a loan. I thought somebody was just punching a piece of paper. Okay? My first 3 loans, I didn't know this is what happened behind the scenes. And then the 5th or 6th guy comes around and says, how much insurance does he have? You know? Oh, by the way, he probably has a ton of it, but he's worth nothing. How much insurance does he have? They do the research, 70 grand. We should get him to buy more insurance. This is how this whole thing came up. So now I got to tell this one guy, hey, brother, you need to go back to them, because I know this isn't you. The guy's name was Mike Sabri. I said, Mike, I know this isn't you, dude. I'm not buying it. I'm not paying for it. We will kill the deal. The deal will be over with, okay? You guys will not be able to make a loan on the deal. By the way, you've spent a bunch of money. You've already appraised the property. You already got fees. You have the board saying they want to do the debt. I've done this a number of times to banks, life companies, big financial institutions. There's a thing in every deal, okay? You have to know where you're at on time. Time either benefits you or benefits the seller. In every deal, you got to decide where you are. You're the buyer or the seller. Which one are you, okay? If I'm the buyer and I'm right here, I have total control. Total 100% control of every transaction that ever takes place in the world. The buyer has 100% control in the last moments of a deal. I'll be talking about that in a second. You have to be asking yourself in a deal, when I was in this deal, we had 7 days to close. They're asking about the life insurance. They missed it early. Some guy came up with it late. I said, dude, I'm not paying for the insurance. I knew for sure, 100% certainty, no matter how much they threatened me to take back this loan, I knew for sure they would eat that insurance. And they did, by the way. Check this out. Check this part of the story out. Not only did they buy my insurance, but 37 months later, that bank went under. Because they gave loans to people that couldn't pay. I never missed one payment with that bank. The bank went down. They lost the entire bank. The bank collapsed in 2009. New bank came in. I never missed one payment on my loan. And by the way, I'm still alive today. So I never needed the life insurance either. So maybe they didn't need to buy the insurance. Just so you know, look, I'm not the only one winning at this, okay? This isn't magic. I'm not Dave Copperfield, okay? This isn't, what's that bad magician? I'm not Chris Angel. This isn't tricks, okay? This isn't sawing. This isn't like mirrors. This isn't like I'm some scientist and I'm a genius. I'm not like Einstein. I've helped some of the largest organizations on the planet negotiate deals. I've helped some of the most respected business leaders in the world in their negotiations. I'm not talking about millions of dollars. I'm talking about billions, hundreds of billions of dollars that you can benefit, you and your family can benefit. And businesses have benefited by doing this, by learning this. Watch this.
Hi, my name's Todd Wanek. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Asher Furniture. Just spent the morning with Grant Cardone, had an awesome meeting, totally excited about his sales process and everything he's doing. Brought tremendous energy to our company and really appreciate it. So let's kick some ass.
There's a lot of people out there who still haven't discovered the power of somebody like a Grant Cardone, but the most important thing you need in life is a mentor. That's the most important thing you need in life, is a mentor. Now, the first mentors that we're going to hopefully have is our parents. The second is that underappreciated commodity called the teacher. But then when you roll up, nobody's there, and nobody is responsible for you. They don't have to teach you anything, so you have to seek people who are willing to share this information, and Grant is king in doing that.
Okay, look, there's a guy that sold a company for $6 billion. The guy before him does about $5 billion a year in sales. Those are the kind of people I do business with. Toyota, Chrysler, Morgan Stanley, like I can go on and on. I go on for hours and cover negotiating tactics. In fact, I just came away from a 3-day business boot camp just 2 weeks ago. People paid $15,000, traveled from all over the world, all over the United States, Canada, the UK, as far as the UK, and I taught them how to negotiate better deals and close more deals and teach this to their people. So that you understand what I do. Because a lot of people are like, oh, Grant Cardone's on the internet selling stuff. I'm not doing what a lot of guys do out there. And what a lot of guys do out there is great. What I'm talking about, what my company and my business is I customize big training programs. Can somebody pass me those volumes? I create training programs, okay? Video content, training manuals, hiring manuals, strategic manuals for expanding the business. This is a program that I created, okay? Give me those 3 volumes of books too, okay? Like some of you haven't even seen most of what we do. That's a $20,000 program right there. This is a program that we do sales assessments, customer experience assessments, marketing assessments for companies. These are multi-million-dollar contracts, okay? In fact, what I want to do is I want to show you, I just want to validate so you understand what I do, because I know because of the internet, the presence of the net today, because of Instagram, because of people can loosely claim anything, they're making all this. My business was not made on the backs of individuals. My business for 30 years was selling to large multi-million-dollar companies. I took my guys in and said, hey, let's show them the files, the thousands of companies, not individuals, the thousands of enterprises that pay me every month. Can we cut to that video? Dude, look, I don't want to just make money, I want to make a difference. You understand? So I want you to know that you can trust me when I tell you something. See all these files? These are all investor files for my real estate. Check this out. These are all files. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 50 files of nothing but recurring contracts, okay? All these are contracts, 2017, 18, okay? Filled with clients. So, you gotta know how to negotiate. All that's been done over my career. It's sitting in there for the last 3 years. What you see in those files right there is about $40 million worth of income this year. And next year, even if I'm not around, it'll be another 40 million, probably be 45 million. And the year after that, it'll probably be 50 million. Okay, those are contracts. Okay, we had to negotiate those contracts. Those are contracts that I can enforce. Those are contracts. Imagine if you and your family could build contracts of business that not only will be valuable in the future, but I could go to the bank and say, give me some paper, baby. Why? Because those are contracts with companies, not individuals. Now, my mission now, if you've been following what I do, my mission is to help small operators around the world. Like I got help when I was 25. I want to help more people, not more companies. I got a lot of companies. I got more companies coming on every day. We spend $40,000 a week on CNBC ads advertising for big companies like Canadian Pacific, railroads, okay, that have billions of dollars. I want to help you. That's what I'm doing here tonight. I stay late after work. I come in on the weekend. I find free time to jump on, do a live and answer your questions and teach people strategies like I'm doing with you right now. If you like it, post in comments. If you love it, give me a wow, okay? If you think your friend, your brother, your mother, or somebody needs it, man, share it. I'm going to give you something for free. But this is what happens every time I do this. After every live extended training I do like I'm doing right now, people always ask me, hey man, how do I learn more? Okay? Grant, what happens tomorrow when I forget it? You know, what happens 2 days from now when I go to use it and it doesn't work? How can I have you be part of my everyday in business, Grant? How can you be with me when I'm in trouble? So what we did was last year, about October, I offered a coaching program. We started the coaching program at like $5,000. We had so many people want the coaching program, I didn't have any free time. We raised it to $10,000. I was like doing 2 and 3 of these every day. They're 30 minutes. I don't have that kind of time. And by the way, I understand that most of you out there are just getting started. You don't have 10K sitting around. I remember, no matter how good my life gets, I remember what it was like when I didn't have any money. And I needed help, man. And I was praying tonight, please God, send me somebody, man, to help me. So this information that I've showed you already, look, it can make you more income. It can make you better deals. It can make you more confident. It can negotiate better deals, whether you're buying a house, getting a mortgage, getting a lease on a house. It's going to benefit you for the rest of your life. Negotiating is as valuable in your life as breathing because you have to negotiate. If you don't negotiate, you don't get fair deals. If you don't ask, you don't get. Okay? The best guy don't win. The best negotiator wins. So this is what I'm going to do for you. I put this program together for you, all right? I have them back here. I'm going to give you the Theory of Closing, my program called the Theory of Closing, 42 courses for $1,100. I'm going to give it to you. Listen to what I'm going to do for you. Write it down. Grab your pen, piece of paper, write this down, okay? Theory of Closing, $1,100, 42 courses. Closing Strategies, $1,100. It's 106 courses. Just those two right there, you could learn more about negotiating and closings. But that's not enough. I'm going to give you a 4-hour live training called The Secrets to Closing the Sale, 52-page ebook, 10 mistakes that kill your deals. I'm going to show you how to be a fearless negotiator, and I'm going to give you 20 hours of closing for free. Mastering Objections. It's a 5-hour Mastering Objections program with me. By the way, all these programs are me, not one of my people. It's a 50-plus page Mastering Objections ebook, 15 videos included for handling objections in the negotiations, and a play-by-play breakdown where I negotiate with somebody over the telephone. I'm also going to give you the Close Survival Guide, audio program. It's 5.5 hours long. It's the best 126 closes you'll ever hear in your whole life. I'm going to give you a 200-page book called The Rebuttal Manual. I don't know if we have one of those around here, but I'd love to show it to them. 200-page, and if you bought each one of these, if you bought all these together, what I just shared with you, these 5 programs, oh, thanks, almost broke the glass. Okay, I'm gonna send this book to you. It's $149 on my website. It's got rebuttals. You have to know how to rebuttal with a customer and not get them hostile. Otherwise, the negotiations break down. Okay, now I'm gonna give you all 5 of these programs. I'm sorry, 6 of these programs. Is that right, Jared? Yeah, 6. If you bought them all individually, it would cost you $3,500. But I'm going to give them to you. I'm going to give them to you. And by the way, if you paid the $3,500, it would be worth it. Let me show you what I mean. Let me show you what other people have done with that purchase right there.
Hey 10Xers, Natalia here with AM Heat Cool in Tucson, Arizona. So I wanted to send a special thanks to Mr. Grant Cardone for helping our team. We actually set a goal to increase our sales by $60,000 in a month, and we did that in a week and a half.
We just had the best January that we've ever had in the history of our store. We set a goal for our retail salespeople of $250,000, $250,000. And we almost hit $400,000.
Thanks to you and your message, I've been able to grow my business from a negative in 2014 to $1.4 million in 2017. 10x.
$1 million, $1.4 million, okay? The team, there was a team there. There was a company with a retailer. There's an organization, okay? All different situations. One's a man, one's a woman, one's 40, one's young. Look, if you could take time out of attaining a target, would it make more money? Would it make you more money? You think the investment was worth that for them? You think they spent $3,500 in that investment? Do you think they got their money's worth? No, they got more than their money's worth. If this package that I just laid out for you was the only thing I gave you, if it gave you access to all my secrets for negotiating and closing, it would have a huge value, not just financially to you, but more importantly to your confidence. So you could go into deals and feel good about it. And this should be an easy decision for anybody that's really, really serious about their income and their career and taking care of their family. But look, I know for people to make decisions that the deal needs to be so crazy that you're like, this is a no-brainer, I'm gonna do it. This is a throwaway idea. I'm just gonna freaking do this. I wanted to make it even better for you, so I thought to myself, what else are you going to need? So again, 2 things I need to do as a negotiator right now, right here with you. 1, I got to make the deal so good for you that you're like, I have to do it. But more importantly, number 2, I'm interested in giving you what you need so that you're guaranteed to be successful with it. Your money is not the most important thing to me. Your success is more important to me, because if you're successful, when these people go from $35,000 target to hitting 100,000 in a week, those people sing my praises and bring me more business. Look, the truth is that even the best negotiators in the world will not close every deal. No matter how skilled you get at just the things I share with you tonight, you will still not close every deal. I just want to be real with you. That's why your follow-up game has to be on point. So I'm going to include 2 other programs. First, I'm going to include our follow-up program, okay? It's right out of Cardone University. It is intense. It is crazy. I spent 2 hours today working with my team. Our follow-up program is $1,100 for an individual. If your company had 7 people, a company would give me $7,700 for that program. It's 132 courses. And then I thought, hey, what else could I give you? Okay. What else could I give you that would ensure that you're good? What if you could actually make outbound calls and start bringing more business in, so you had more people in your funnel, so you could follow more people up, so you could practice your negotiations more? So I put together my Mastering the Cold Call program. That's $1,000. The follow-up program is $1,100. I'm going to give them to you for free, okay? So to recap what I'm doing for you, I'm going to give you the Theory of Closing course, $1,100. The Closing Strategy course, $1,100. The Secrets of Closing Sales, that's a live training with me, $500. Mastering the Objections course, $500. Closer Survival Guide, $300 program. Is 5.5 hours of sick, stupid, ridiculous content delivered by me. I'm going to give you the rebuttal manual, plus I'm going to give you the follow-up course, $1,100, and the Mastering the Cold Calls, $5,849. And with what I put together for you tonight, companies have paid me millions of dollars, and they believe it's a steal. They pay hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars, and they're like, dude, I'm going to do it again next year. Companies like Toyota, Morgan Stanley, Northwestern Mutual, Canadian Pacific Railway, $100,000 they paid for a 45-minute presentation, and they said, hey, we need more. Old Republic Title, $100,000 for a 1-hour presentation. They're like, we need everything you know about negotiating, because we're missing a boat. Nissan, Chrysler, Ashley Furniture, Carrier. Look, I've worked with the U.S. military to make sure we can negotiate an agreement with a recruit. An intangible sale, probably the hardest sale you can make, is an intangible where there's no physical product or service delivered. Billions of dollars of sales have been made with this program that I just put together, and I want to give it to you. Do you want it? Okay? Now, you need to ask yourself, if the largest companies in the world would invest millions, tens of millions of dollars with me every year, would you and your family, you and your company, you and your dreams benefit if we could get this in your hands? Would you buy it if it cost you nothing? Would you cost it if there was no risk? Would you purchase it tonight? Would you invest in it if you were guaranteed that every time you sat at the negotiation table, you were the king, that you ran the show, that everybody knew this dude knows what he's talking about, he's not a pushover? When I go into a deal, everybody knows they're not pushing me around. It wasn't always like that, okay? I've been through leases on office buildings, buying houses, selling houses, buying cars, negotiating retainers for services. I've made sense of prices, $400. I've always been the highest price in my marketplace, always, in our other programs. We get the highest rental price on our properties because we train our people how to negotiate. Negotiating salaries, settling lawsuits, 3 divorces that were hundreds of millions of dollars negotiated. I've negotiated with the IRS to save myself millions of dollars in fines. And I've successfully done all the above. Hundreds of millions of dollars of deals because I knew how to negotiate. And you can too. Like I said, this isn't like David Copperfield magic. When I put this together, I had 2 considerations. Jared and I sat down, our staff sat down. Hey, dude, how do I price this so 1,000 people get this from me tonight? I want 1,000 people, a tad more than last week, get this from me tonight. So how would I price it? Okay? How can I possibly make this so freaking foolproof that you're like, I'm gonna borrow money to do this if I have to. Okay? Oh, by the way, price would never be the reason you wouldn't do this. because I'm going to handle the price. But how do I price it so you give me something back? How do I include everything that you need? How do I give you everything you need without charging you 30 grand a year? Okay? So this is the program, okay? It's still at $5,800. I can make sense of it every day. By the way, every day we do. But I want it to be more than a steal. I want it to be a no-brainer. I want you to feel like a fool if you don't take advantage of it. And I thought, okay, would half price do it? That'd be put me at what, $2,900? Said not. Half price won't do it. Jared's like, I think we could sell it at $2,900. My COO said, oh yeah, for sure, it's worth $2,900. I said, I don't care what it's worth. Dude, the truth is, it's worth more than that. It should be worth $5 million to you. You're going to be using it your whole life. But I want it to be a no-brainer, okay? I want you to go into debt for it if you have to, because I know some of you have to go into debt to get the stuff you want. Why? Because you don't know how to negotiate, okay? This is what I'm going to do for you. I'm not going to do it for $2,900. I said, $1,900? What about the $1,900? Would that be fair? And I said, dude, if it starts with a 1, it's a problem. Let's make it $997. Okay? Let's make sure, check with the IRS and make sure it's deductible. You can get the whole program for $997. And I'm like, would that do it? Okay? Click the link below if you're in. The first 50 people get the book for free. I'll autograph it. Now you have two choices. I've handled the price. It's not $5,800. It's not $2,900. I'm going to do it for 9, 9, and a 7. So right now you could do two things. You could do nothing. You could spend the rest of your life being taken advantage of, because by the way, that's what will happen. Don't kid yourself. You have been taken advantage of. I've been taken advantage of. My mom was taken advantage of. My sister. You know why? Because there's no courses on negotiating. All of us have been taken advantage of if you don't know how to negotiate. And you can't get away from the fact that you're going to negotiate something. The second thing you could do, I'm negotiating with you right now. 1, nothing. Or 2, you could make a small investment. Okay, that's 1 month rent in an apartment. What do you rent? What do you pay in rent, Francisco? $1,500. Okay, it's 3 weeks for Francisco. 3 weeks. And he puts knowledge in his head. By the way, he gets to live there for 30 days for $1,500. I give him knowledge that will stay with him for the rest of his life. By the way, this is tax deductible, which means in Francisco's, and most of you that are watching, it's going to cost you $597 after taxes, after you write off. What? Click the link below. Now, if you're not considered, consider this. What if this was only worth what? Tell them what? You tell them. You got a mic on.
/closer.
But I thought you wanted them just to click the link below.
Do. But
you got a problem with that?
GrantCardone.com/closer, yeah.
GrantCardone.com/closer. GrantCardone.com/closer. I was told to say click the link below, but now we have an issue, I guess. Let's assume for a second the $997. Let's say, like you're like, I don't know, man. I don't know. What if it was only worth half of what I've been telling you? All this stuff I'm telling you. What if you didn't do the 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 deals I gave you examples of, and you only got one deal? What if you only ended up negotiating even half the deals I did? What if this helped you save 10% on one house purchase? Okay? If you saved a $350,000 house and you saved 10%, that's $35,000. On the mortgage, you would save 70 grand. On a car, you could easily save 3 grand. Easy. Like if you knew what I knew about buying cars, you don't buy cars from dealerships, you buy them from the manufacturer. If you just knew that, you would save $3,000 or $4,000 on 10 cars and save you $30K. You've spent $997. The information goes into your mind. I'm going to be with you every single day. What if it got you a better rate on a loan? What if you negotiated a lease on a contract and it saved you 100 grand? Listen to this. What if you negotiated on the office that you're going to move to or the furniture that you're going to rent and you can save 100 grand over 7 years? How many bad deals would you need to avoid? Forget making a good deal. What if you could just avoid the bad deals? The reality is there's only 2 reasons you won't do this with your boy, okay? The website's grantcardone.com/closer. There's only 2 reasons you won't do it. Can I share them with you, please? Number 1, you don't have the money. If that's you, by the way, post in comments below, I just don't have the dough, dude. I want the program and I have the dough. Just post it. I want the program, I don't have the money. Ask yourself this question. If it costs you nothing, would you pull the trigger right this second? See, there's only two reasons you won't do this. You don't think it's going to work. You're not sure. You don't know that it won't work, but you're not sure it will work. So number one, you don't have the money. Number two, you don't think it's going to work. And I'm going to tell you a little something real quick. It's never number one. It's never number one, Jared, ever, okay? It is always number two. Because if you knew for sure it was going to work, you would borrow the money. Now, number one, if you don't have the money, not affording it is not the issue. So don't say, I can't afford it. I'm negotiating with you right now. I hope you're taking notes. Screenshot wins a $10,000 seat at my boot camp. I don't have the money, Grant. That's different than not affording it. Not affording it is not the issue. You can't afford it because you don't know how to negotiate. You guys have to listen to this. You have to learn you don't have money because you've made bad deals. I don't want you to not have money. I don't want you to have money stop you from doing this, okay? So I want you to get what will change your life forever. Again, my mom lent me $9,000 for a training program when I was broke. It changed my life. So if money is an issue, okay, if number one is I don't have the dough, if you make a commitment to saying, dude, I want it and I'm going to make it work, see, you would find somebody that would lend you the money. If Francisco knew this was the magic he needed, if it was guaranteed to take his game to another level, he'd be like, dude, I'm getting that money. So it's never two reasons. And you should use this with your clients. There's only two reasons you won't do this with me. You don't have the dough or you don't think it's going to work. Let's say I'm selling social media. I'm selling advertising, okay? I'm buying something. I'm selling something. It doesn't matter what side I'm on. There's only two reasons you won't do the deal with me. I'm trying to buy your property for a certain price and you're like, I don't know. Only two reasons you won't do it with me, dude. You think you can get more money from somebody else or you don't think I'm going to close. Which one is it? See what I'm doing? I'm flipping it. I'm negotiating. I'm doing it with you right now. So I'm going to tell you, there's only two reasons you won't do it. You don't have the dough. Is that you? Post in comments, okay? Because I'm going to solve your problem for you, or it won't work. See, if you knew it was going to work, you'd get the money. But I'm going to make it easy for you. My programs work. You don't need to know they work. I know they work. How could you possibly know my programs work when so many programs have failed you? Either the program failed you or you failed the program. Let's keep it real. A lot of programs failed me. I didn't use them. I quit on them. I didn't employ them. I quit reading for a period of time because I wasn't finishing books. And so I had 3 books I didn't finish, and I went to read another book. I'm like, I don't like to read. Yeah, because I don't finish books. And then I'm like, let me try one more book. You got to keep trying. For 35 years, I've been working with some of the largest organizations in the world. They quit every day. Don't feel bad about it. Every day. The biggest companies in the world, they spend millions and millions of dollars. And they're like, they quit on the program. And I got to go back in there and get everybody re-excited again. It's natural. Don't not do this because you quit before. GrantCardone.com. You guys can say it too, guys. GrantCardone.com/closer. GrantCardone.com/closer, okay? I want you to get the program. So this is what I'm going to do for you, all right? If you don't think it's going to work or you don't think you can make it work, possibly it's because of something you bought in the past, okay? And you still have your attention on the program that failed you. Maybe you quit. For the next 50 people, this is what I'm going to do for you. For the next 50 people, I'm going to bring in one of my special guys. Guy makes $400,000 a year, and I'm going to provide you with 52 weeks of coaching for free. Okay, we sell this for $5,800. This guy is going to keep you from quitting. This guy is going to be there every week, 52 weeks, for the next 52 weeks. Through the end of the year, he's going to be with you. I'm not going to charge you any more money for it. This guy is one of my top producers. Back to me. One of my top producers. People pay up to $4,800 a year for this, and I'm going to give it to the next 50 people who sign up right now. That would bring the value to $11,000. Go to the link, grantcardone.com/closer, grantcardone.com/closer, or click the link below. Does the link work? But so what's the problem? Okay. grantcardone.com/closer. That's an $11,000 value for $997. I'm going to include the 52 weeks of coaching. I'm going to give you theory of closing, closing strategies, close or lose, the secrets of closing, mastering objections, close survival guide, 5.5 hours of me, the Grant Cardone rebuttal manual, mastering the cold call follow-up for $997. If you can't help, and by the way, let me say this. If it doesn't work, you don't have to believe. That's what I told you guys earlier. You don't need to believe this, okay? I'm going to give you the 52-week coach. And how about this? 30-day, 100% money back guarantee. Into 30 days, you're like, dude, didn't work for me. I didn't use it. I felt bad. I changed my mind. I hate your guts. I can't listen to it. I don't make time. I'll give you money back. How about this? How about any time after 30 days and forever till the end of time? If you decide you don't want the program, I will give you a 100% credit at my store. I told you I was going to make this a no-brainer. Check this out. You guys need to ring the bell now. Okay, grantcardone.com/closer. Check this out. I'm going to give you 52-week, $4,800. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give you all the programs you need. I'm going to give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. Bang, we'll just bang you back, send you the money back. I'm going to give you an end of the time, till the end of time, in the year 2300. You call me up. Hey, dude, I don't want that program I bought back in 2017 from you anymore. Then I'm going to give you a 100% credit in my store against either our boot camp or our 10X Growth Conference. Those are the big conferences that we do. Okay? So this is what I'm giving you. Theory of closing. Closing strategies. $2,200 right there. Secrets to closing a sale. $500. Mastering objection scores. $500. Closer survival guide. $300. Rebuttal manual. $149. That's $9,532 that you're saving. Follow-up course. Mastering the cold call. 52-week mastermind. Woo! Give. Dude, you're giving me too much now. You're giving me too much. Something wrong with this. Then I'm going to give you, back to me, Johnny. Then I'm going to give you the 30-day back guarantee. Then I'm going to give you to the end of time guarantee. Jared, has anybody ever done an end of the time?
I think the only other person was Jesus Christ.
I'm going to give you to the end of time. Check this out. If I haven't done enough. This is how bad I want your business tonight. By the way, there's only 1,000 people going to do this. I'll make $1 million off this program tonight, just so everybody knows what I'm doing. But more importantly, I'm going to make 1,000 customers. I'm going to take this down after tonight. I'm never going to offer it at this price again, and we're going to go back to 10,000. Right before this went live tonight, I sold a program similar to this for $10,000. Tell you what else I'm going to do. For all of you out there that have been getting beat up, I'm going to be your mama. I'm going to be the mama to you that my mama was to me. If you need help on the $997, I'm going to set up a payment program for you with no interest from the Bank of Cardone, and you can use Grant Cardone on your credit report saying, hey, I paid that dude back. I've taken the risk out, giving you a money back guarantee. 30 days to the end of time. Is it going to work for you? Guarantee you it won't work for you if you don't have it. Can't guarantee it will work for you, but I can do this. Change your mind in 30 days, send it back. I give you money back. We don't do business together. If you keep it for longer than that, call me back a year from now, dude. I'll trade it in with something else I'm doing. I'm not going away, and you're not either. You're going to be negotiating next year and a year after that, okay? I don't even think I want to give them more information. It's just too much, man. Y'all want me to go into ground zero, dude? You want me to go into ground zero?
Bonus round.
Do you want me to go into ground zero? Y'all want ground zero? Okay. Hey, let's give a big shout out to some people that got the program right now, okay? Okay, I want you to know this. I want to help you and your family. You got to negotiate and you got to get great at it. Do I need to summarize what I'm doing for them again? The website's grantcardone.com/closure. grantcardone.com/closure, or click the link below. We are going to give screenshots. Did I get some good screenshots? Maybe Natalie can help me with that. We're given, I think we're out of the books already. Are we out of books yet? Okay. I haven't seen the names. See, okay, Francisco, can you move over? Big shout out. Let me do some shout outs. Scott Slager, Emerson Brand, Jeremy Medrano, Jerry Scott, Pedro Guzman, Aaron Hawkins, Darren Rourke. By the way, when we hit 1,000, this will end. So if you're going to take advantage of it, it's not going to be up here forever. I could sell 1 million of them. I'm not. I'm going to sell 1,000 of them, make some superstars, and then I'm going to go out and sell 999,000 more at a much higher price. Because this is a $12,000 program. I'm doing for $997 with a 30-day and a lifetime kiss your ass guarantee. Plus, check it out. Plus, I'll do the damn payment plan. No money down. No payments after the first 4. Dude, I've taken all the reasons out now. This isn't about me anymore. It's about you. It's about you. It's about, do you believe in you? Are you willing to invest in you? People call me every day. Hey, man, I got $20,000 to invest. What do I do? Invest it in you. And you keep investing in you until you got $100,000 put aside. This money should not be spent 20, 30, 40, 80, 85, 90, until you can prove that you can save $100,000. You should not invest in anything except yourself. Education, training, anything. I don't care if you waste money along the way. As long as I'm reinvesting in myself, I'm telling the universe, I'm telling God, I'm telling the power outside of myself, I believe in me. The moment you quit investing in you, the moment you stop, God's going to be like, dude, he don't even believe in him. I made that fool. I made that fool and he don't believe. What do you think all that stuff in the Bible says it means, man? I don't care if you're reading from 1/3 of the country, a world over there that believes in Allah, or 1/3 over here that believes in whatever you believe in. Okay, if there's a power that created genius and the genius won't invest in himself, trust me, everything that is genius will give up on you. Like, dude, I'm not gonna send him some freaking luck. I'm not gonna send him a break. I'm not gonna send her something. She goes into a deal, or you go into a deal. You don't even feel good enough about yourself to say, hey, dude, give me a discount. Give me a better deal. Okay? I'm gonna show you negotiations you will have to use in your lifetime. Again, the website, folks. The website is what, Jared? Don't do the click. Y'all got to take me out of mystery on this deal. GrantCardone.com/closer. Because I have it all over here.
Yeah.
Like, click, link. But it's really Grant Cardone. Right? That's my name. So we thought we'd name the website GrantCardone.com/closer. But this is a negotiating program, not just a closing program. If you can't negotiate, you can't close. So let me show you another close here. Number 6. This is called ground zero. This is when a deal failed. When negotiations start to fail, you want to bring the other party back to zero. Let me say I'm trying to hire somebody. This happened to me recently. He's making $400,000 a year. Somebody here asked him what he's making, because we always want to know that. Hey, dude, what are you making now? $400. Why are you leaving? Don't like it anymore. No more opportunity. Okay? Somebody in my office said, dude, we got to match the $400. I said, no, you don't, dude. He's going to zero. You don't chase what he's leaving. See, this is somebody that gets a little piece of data and gets stuck on it. You get hung up on the data. Oh, I got to go chase the 400. He's leaving the 400. You have to show him that he's going to zero. Okay? If I'm walking out of a deal at $4 million, I brought this up earlier, and the deal is going to fail. Remember what I said about the timeline earlier? The timeline right here. At the end of the deal, this deal could fail right here, and I'm in a position as a buyer. The buyer has total control of the negotiations at the end of that deal. Let me share another situation with you, okay? Oh, by the way, this guy came on for a lot less money than $400. Once we explained to him, dude, you're not making 400 anymore. You're leaving a job. Anybody shopping for a job is leaving a job. Look at all the people coming in. Brad, Charles, move. Brian, Garza, Joseph, Jared, Tina, okay, Clarence, Brian. Congratulations. You guys are going to love this program. It's a steal.
Email notes to Natalie@grantcardone.com. Picture of Natalie.
Email your notes for the free $10,000 seat at the boot camp. Those are $10,000 seats, 3-day seats with me, to Natalie@grantcardone.com. The screenshot, I'm going to give best screenshot. When will we announce that?
We'll do it tomorrow on the show.
I'll announce it tomorrow at 12 p.m. on the Cardone Zone. Let me give you a more complex situation, okay? I have a deal. I'm negotiating a deal. I'm not going to use names here. I've been doing business with this group a long time. We've both made a lot of money out of it. I'm making probably $30 million a year, and that company's making about $3 million. Some point in the deal, I'm like, hey, this deal worked for a while. This deal doesn't work right now. There's some other complications. You're like, well, what didn't work? I'm going to negotiate. I have to continue to get good deals. The deal has to be good. So when you made a deal in the past that is no longer good today, a lot of you out there get confused. You're like, I made a deal. I agreed to do something. Okay? Dude, you made a deal that was good 7 years ago that's no longer good today. It's not a good deal. Oh, but my daddy taught me that I got to do whatever I agreed on. Dude, if this deal changed over time and it became bad for either party, listen to what I'm telling you right now. Everybody watching right now will learn. I promise you right now, you're like, dude, I've been in that deal. You thought because you are honest, John, or you're ethical, I have to stay with the deal. You never should stay with a bad deal. Listen to what I'm telling you. Never, ever, ever stay with a bad deal. You got to renegotiate that deal. Why? If it's bad for A, then it's bad for B. If it's bad for me now, if something changed over time, you got to bring this guy back to ground zero. Ground zero is, hey man, we got to have a talk, bro. This deal is no longer good for me. This is renegotiating contracts. You will have to do it in your career. Okay? You will, listen to me, you will have to use this in your lifetime. You negotiate to zero. That's where you start the deal from. Hey, Antoine, congratulations. Kai, congratulations. Victor, congratulations. Seth, congratulations. Okay? You have to negotiate to zero and go to the person and say, hey, we got a situation. This is very difficult for people to do because so many of us have been brought up to be honest, to live up to our word, do what we say, be ethical, honest Boy Scouts. So how do I do this? Okay, this is extremely, extremely emotional. Everybody gets very emotional. Movie recording has been stopped automatically. So this is number 6 that I'm giving you tonight. I bet you can't name the 6 I gave you. Can't remember that much, man. Okay? So check it out. How do I do this without people getting emotional right here? Because it's going to get tweaked. Everybody's going to freak. Did they freak? So look, you got to bring the guy to this. Hey man, look, the deal right now was negotiated at X. The only way it makes sense is it's got to be X minus Y. Yeah, but. What's the first rule I gave you tonight? Spock out, dog. You got to spock out. Yeah, dude, I know. What's the second thing I gave you? The white flag. You're right, man. I made a good deal then. It's no longer any good. Time changed our deal. It's the stream, not the rock. The stream has changed time. I made a deal. Been a good deal. I want to keep doing that deal. By the way, I want to keep doing that. Surrender, white flag. I'd love to keep doing that. Bang, 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 bang. Here's why I can't. Okay? And I would keep doing that if you could do bang, 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 but you haven't proven that you can do that. You said you could, but you haven't. So this is what we got to do right now. We got a couple choices. How many times have I used choices today? In every negotiation. In every negotiation, you want to use alternatives. Every one of them. Ground zero is one of the choices. Hey, dude, ground zero is this. You don't get any more money, and I don't get any more money. Okay, now I'm going to bring you to something else because again, I said to you, you see these as separate. I don't. I see this as a story we tell people. I see this as a story that we move through. We weave them all together, right? So when you go with a professional fisher, the guy's putting lures together, stringing them, sending them out. Dude, it's like everything's like, if you try to do that, or a cook, a great cook, if you know a great cook, they're like, and there's no mess in the kitchen. You do the same thing, the whole place is destroyed. This is called role reversal. When you do this right here, you got to go into role reversal. Okay, again, the website, folks, if you're digging this, love to know. What kind of comments? How many comments we got? Love to get some feedback. It's so good to get feedback, man. It's so good to get shares and wows and comments and like feedback from the audience. Woo! How many likes do I have, though? No. How many likes? How many people have said, I like your shit? That's sad. 46,000 likes and 1,000 shares. Thank you guys. I appreciate it, man. I wish I'd have done a better job for you. I apologize that I didn't deliver levels that would be like, he needs to be the president of the United States of America. My bad. Let me dig in. Let me give you some more. Clearly, I hadn't given you enough to put the freak on you. Okay? Jared, number. You need to play out the role reversal here. Okay? The role reversal. The role reversal. When you're in a deal and you went to ground zero, you need to go into role reversal. You got nothing else to do, dude. Just give me the data. Let's stay in calm now. Let's me and you talk, all right? Okay? So this is called role reversal. I'm A and he's B. Why not?
Comments on Facebook.
Did anybody pick the thing that I was talking about? Nobody's picked the super secret, huh? That I wrote down, Jared? That's sad, okay? Man, you guys should have seen it. You don't see the 10X on the back of my head? That's what it was. That's what I wrote down. Jared, what did I write down on the sheet of paper?
10X head.
Look, you don't see this in the back of my head, man? I got 10X carved in my head yesterday. Okay, so check it out. I'm taking a guy to ground zero. When you take a guy to ground zero, you're going to combine these two. This thing is going to get explosive. It's going to get emotional. It's going to get ugly. Play out the cost repercussions to the other party. You got to go through what it's going to cost them. Now, I'm not going to get into the role reversal on that particular deal because then everybody would know what that deal is. But what I want to show you is the role reversal. This is walk a mile in somebody else's shoes or something. I'm doing a deal for $4.5 million right now. It's a small, little tiny deal. I need to renegotiate that deal to $3 million. Somebody's going to take a haircut for $1.5 million. Now, it doesn't seem like a lot of money on $4 million, but it is 30%. It's a huge, huge hit. He thinks he's in for the 4.5. Literally, he's like, I'm good. I know he can sell for 3. I know for sure he can sell for 3. He'll live on. Everything will be fine. The world's not going to come to an end. I can buy his deal. He can sell his deal. Nobody's going to die of starvation here. So check it out. How am I going to do this? Sneaky back note. I could buy the deal for 4.5 and live too. Or I can negotiate for 3 and save myself $1.5 million. And when I go to sell the contract, I'd be guaranteed to make more money. Thank you for telling me that. Now the question is, what should I do? Oh God, what should I do? I say to myself. Really, seriously, you guys are going to all have to ask yourself this question, dude. What should I do? So now I got to say, okay, I told the dude I'd do the deal for 4.5, but I found out, bang, 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 bang. I'm paying too much. I'm paying more than I should pay. I found out some other stuff about the marketplace. I want this thing that I'm buying. I want it. I really do want it, okay? It would solve some problems I have. Unfortunately, the seller does not have the negotiating capacity, skills, and training that I do, that you do now. I know he doesn't have them. He's just going to rest on the numbers. He's going to try to tell me why it should bring that. He shouldn't do that. You should never make sense of your case if you want to win the case. Ever. Huh? Because the second that you start trying to make sense of that number, I'm going to use anything and everything you say against you. Well, oh yeah, really, I'm glad you said that. Because every piece of ammo he gives me right now, I'm going to destroy him with and start justifying why the $1.5 million has to come off. Okay? First of all, let me just bring you to ground zero. Ground zero is what? You get nothing, I get nothing. You walk away, I walk away. You start over. Now, what you want to do is move into the role reversal. The role reversal is where, look, here's what happens now. You have to sit down, like I'm an expert at this. I am able to leave my body and become him in the deal. And I get to think, okay, if I don't do this deal, but again, this is the back strategies of business deals. A funnel will not solve this problem for you. You guys getting Instagram followers will not solve this problem. Okay? You guys spending money on advertising will not solve this problem. You guys learning to become great public speakers will not solve the problem that we're dealing with right now. You guys that want to write books, the money you get from Penguin is going to be determined by how you negotiate the deal. Whether you get $100,000 to speak on stage or no money to speak on stage will be determined by whether or not you can negotiate your deal, not how many Instagram followers you guys got. You guys are investing money in stuff that doesn't even matter most of the time. Okay? So watch. What I'm going to do is find out if we walk to zero, if we go to zero, I'm going to make a list of everything that he gets affected by it, not me. You have to literally leave your body, get in his shoes, and say, okay, what happens? Now, I'm not going to go over all the specifics because this deal is live right now, but there's like 8 spots right here that I worked out in his mind, okay, that happened to him as a result of this deal going to zero. That would be so painful that it wouldn't cost him $1.5 million. It's going to cost him probably $5 million, not to mention headaches, problems, concerns, fears, stress, marriage problems. That's called the role reversal. And if you're not doing it to other people, it's being done to you. Because watch what happens. When I do this and become the other guy, I'm not in my own stress anymore. I'm freaking experiencing his problems. And my power in the negotiations gets stronger. I'm no longer worried about what I'm losing. I'm making sense of what happens to him, right? It's called leverage, right? I need leverage in the deal, okay? Who's got the leverage? A is up here. B is down here. The more I can swing that leverage, that's why I said to you earlier, I'm just being straight up with you. The win-win thing, win-win. We got to win-win negotiate. Dude, there's always a loser in the deal. Always. Somebody always loses something. Don't kid yourself. A seesaw works like this. When he goes down, he bumps his ass in the real world. When he goes down, he bumps his little ass. That's what life is about. Bumping your ass, bumping your ass. I bump my ass, he bumps his ass. I just want to get off the damn seesaw and have some money in my pocket. Get into a nice car, made a nice deal in the car, don't lose too much money in the car, and drive to my house that I didn't get ripped off for by the banco. GrantCardone.com/closer. Look what I'm giving you guys tonight, okay? This is what I'm giving you. Let me go over what I'm giving you because it's stupid. If you just took what I gave you tonight, you'd be stealing from yourself. Listen to me. Oh man, some of you guys out there, shit, I'm just going to learn what he just gave me. You'll be ripping your family off. Okay? I'm going to give you theory of closing, $1,100. Closing strategy, $1,100. Secrets to closing deal, $500. Mastering objections, $500. Closer survival guide, $300. Don't cut me off, man. Why'd you cut me off, man? Okay. Rebuttal manual. Check it out, man. I'm going to give that to you. It's $149. I'm going to give it to you just because it looks good. All right. I'm going to give you the follow-up program, Mastering the Cold Call. It's how much? What is it total? $10,520. Plus, I gave you the 30-day bitch clause. Call it what it is. I need it. I'm not sure myself. If, by the way, the 30 days goes by and you forget and you still want out of it, I'm going to give you the lifetime guarantee, as we say in Louisiana. I'm going to give you the lifetime, okay? As long as you're alive or I'm alive and you decide you don't want this program anymore, I'm going to give you a 100% money back guarantee at my store. Plus, I'm going to give you the coaching for all of you guys out there that want coaches. By the way, we went through the 50, so I'll do it for the next 50. We've done over 50, by the way. I'm giving it to everybody that gets it tonight. All right? Oh, yeah, I forgot. The Bank of Cardone is going to give you a 0% interest loan. And, by the way, when you pay me back, put me on your credit report because I'm solid gold. What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? You know what you got to lose? You have to lose every time you negotiate. We're not talking about selling here. I'm not talking about closing. I'm not talking about the phone. I'm talking about what you're going to be faced with. Like, Jared, what have you bought recently, Jared?
I bought Bitcoin.
Yeah, okay. He bought it at $6,500. That's a good deal.
I bought Sandy a online course, coaching course.
Good. How much you pay for that?
$4,200.
Okay. I could have got a better deal than that. This board right here.
It was $10,000.
The board. Okay, the board. I guarantee you when Jared bought Sandy that course, he's like, you better use it. Guarantee it. Number one reason you guys don't buy programs, number one reason, you don't think you're going to use it. Got nothing to do with it. Zero. Hey, let's face it. You can't use this if you don't have it. You've already forgotten more than I've shared with you. Literally, you have forgotten more than I've shared with you. Some of you can't even do the screenshot. I can't even keep up with this. Okay? So watch. Online, $4,200. This board right here, $8,000. What do you think I paid for it? Free! I got paid to have the board because I know how to negotiate. That car out there that I'm driving, that Rolls Royce, what do you think I paid for it? Paid free! Okay, Rolls Royce, free. $420,000 automobile. People are like, man, you think you the shit riding in that car, huh? Yeah, dude, I do, but you ought to. I think I'm the king because I didn't pay for it. Free! Okay, the IR and the S. Some of you are so dumb when it comes to negotiating. If anybody mentions the word audit, you run like a little bitch to the closet. Run like, oh my God. Okay, you know what I did? I've won 4 audits. Millions of dollars that I didn't pay. Millions of dollars I didn't pay. Twice by the state of California, twice by the federal government. How about this? How about a lawsuit? You think that you're not going to get a lawsuit? If you are successful, partially successful, a little bit successful, somebody, some punk is going to sue you for something sometime. Okay? I got a neighbor right now that says he's got a water leak and I'm responsible for it. You think that ain't going to happen to you? He wants like $18,000 for his bullshit. I said, dude, my place ain't leaking. Your place is leaking. Okay? GrantCardone.com/closer. He threatened a lawsuit. I got him to retreat from the lawsuit and say, I'll never sue you again. I didn't know you. Let's have drinks instead. Cars, houses, mortgages, marriage, prenups. I don't need a lawyer. I got lawyers. I don't use lawyers. I'll guarantee you my legal bill here is less. We got 80 employees. We got 7 businesses. Dude, I tell the lawyer what to write in the contract. That's what you're going to learn in this program. How to position yourself. Those last 2 techniques I just gave you, the ground zero and the role reversal, are sick. And you will use them. And by the way, if you're not using them, they're going to be used against you. Okay? Now let's do this last one. I want to do this last one. Well, I got to do two more. I think I got to do two more. What are the people saying? How's the numbers? We got people on?
Oh, yeah.
Are people getting tired?
No.
Hey, if you don't know who I am, first time you've been here, my name's Grant Cardone. It's hot as hell in this room right here. Maybe we crack that door open, turn the fan on. Okay? Y'all want to do that? Crack that door open? That door right there. And get a little air in here. This deal tonight, by the way, is going to expire. GrantCardone.com/closer. Grant Cardone. That's crazy. Okay. Look how much stuff I know, dude. Okay. These books, man. This book's got millions of dollars worth of content, right? This program right here. Check this out. People pay us stupid amounts of money. I mean, I even get shocked by it sometimes. Okay. 70 grand a year for one location. Guy's got 10 locations, pays 700 grand a year. People pay for intelligence, man. Because what's the choice? To not be paid because you're stupid. And everybody's stupid about something. Everybody. You don't know something. You need to know you don't know something, okay? So check this out. I'm going to show you what's called the first base. What does first base mean? Got to get to first base, man.
Up the shirt.
Okay? This is when you create a negotiations where there isn't one. You're pushing negotiations forward where there is no interest. This is great for off-market real estate. I just bought a deal. I just bought two deals, actually. $120 million worth of real estate. $120 million. Neither one of them were on the market. I got to first base on both of them with sellers that said they weren't sellers, couldn't be sellers, wouldn't be sellers, and I bought both deals. I know one of the two deals I think I can sell for $120 million by itself. That's because I got to first base. I got to first base with my wife. Okay? First base has been used for years, man. You got to get on base. You don't need to hit a home run every time. I'll give you another example. I started a business with a partner. Guy's in Orlando. I'm like, dude, I got to get this guy on first base. We're doing a partnership with a group right now. We're actually going to have 500 partners around the country, and then we're going to go to 2,500, then we're going to go to 5,000. So we're looking for partners. Create a partnership with this guy. I've done this a couple times now. When I create a partnership, I put in $50,000 for this deal. It's paid me $10 million a year. The company's made $10 million a year for, 17 years. The investment was 50 grand. The gig was, how do I get to first base with this guy, get this guy's attention? Sherry works for me. I had to get first base with her. My wife I had to get to first base with. All the good deals you got to get to first base on, okay? I had to get his 50 grand back as fast as I could. I put the 50 grand in. I had to get it back for him because the faster I can get it back for him, the faster he wins. We just started a partnership with a group, and we gave him a target of $1 million. As soon as we did the deal, they left. They walked out, signed the contract. I said, Jared, we got to get them to 1 million as fast as we possibly can. Why? Because I need to get the guy on first base, second base, third base, and around the bases. He's my partner. If your partners don't win, you lose. And then everything you negotiate on a contract is worth nothing. What's written down on this little contract is worth nothing if you can't achieve your goals, okay? So you say when you're trying to get to first base, great for off-market products, great for I'm trying to buy a business right now, and he's not a seller yet. Hey, let me propose. I worked with a guy in California. I know there's a little interest in selling their companies, but not a lot. Let me just propose. Let me tell you what I could do. Let me tell you what I'm thinking about. If you were going to sell, so you know what it would look like, okay? I know you're not ready, but what if, okay? Now, let me share this with you. Now we're going to go to the land of Genghis Khan. I don't know if I should even share this. Well, let me tell you why I'm going to share it with you. Because if you don't use it, it will be used against you. This is a brutal tactic. The website, by the way, is grantcardone.com/closer. grantcardone.com/closer. Okay, we've already exceeded the orders for last week. Okay, I did one of these last week. You know what I was told? Oh, you can't do another one, dude. Oh, yeah, I can do another one. I can do another one. We've already done almost 3 times what we did last week. Okay? Take advantage of this. I'm going to take it down tonight. we'll put it back up again in the future. Y'all see me, if you've been following me, this program's easily worth $5,000.
It will never be free. This will never be free again.
Okay, you're buying this program for free. You're getting the program for free. 30-day money back guarantee, lifetime, 100% push back to any other product later in the future, payment plan if you want, the coaching. The coaching, dude, the coaching's worth everything. Why? Because I'm not going to let you quit. Every Wednesday we'll do a coaching with you, 2 o'clock. If you miss it, you can see the recording. Okay, Genghis Khan. Who was Genghis Khan? Genghis Khan.
Conquer.
Oh, we take your village. We take everything in our path. Genghis Khan basically ruled the planet. Okay, he's brutal. This is a brutal tactic. Okay, and I know that it's not for everybody. Very few people will actually use this. The reason I'm sharing it with you is you need to know that it will happen to you. And if you're not, if you're like, oh God, I can't believe that happened to you, that's what you're going to be saying. And you're going to remember not Genghis Khan, but Grant Cardone told you so. I mentioned this earlier. In every deal, there's a timeline. There's a place somewhere over here. I don't know exactly where this deal is. Somewhere over here at the end of the deal where the buyer, in every single transaction that takes place on this planet, this guy is susceptible. Okay, there's something that happens somewhere right in here. I like my colors. Okay, something happens right here. It's probably closer to like this. Let me just show you. If the deal's this long, the deal goes to here. It's probably right in here. It's a window where you, as the buyer, as the seller, I'm selling my plane. Closed my plane today. There's a window right before I close on the plane. And by the way, Jared's been watching. Ryan Secco has been watching. Last 2 or 3 days in this deal, I've been hammering this. I said, dude, you closed that window? 10:15 this morning. If you hadn't taken delivery of that, I was hammering down, like hard. Like telling me, and Ryan's like, dude, I'm on your side. Why are you being so hard? Dude, if they don't close at 10:15 this morning, yesterday it was 9:35. The day before it was 8:15. Dude, if that deal's not locked down, finished by Friday at 10:15, a lot of people heard me doing this around here. That deal's over with. I'm taking a plane back. And Ryan didn't understand because Ryan's 33 years old. He hadn't been in these deals. I'm like, bro, look, there's a window right here. It's so freaking dangerous. And it's you, the seller, that becomes susceptible, not the buyer. The buyer has complete, no matter what the contract says. I don't care if the contract says he loses $250,000 here. By the way, that's what my contract said. But I know this. My $250,000 is not going to be the problem when this deal ends. Okay? He's got so many outs here, it's unbelievable. If I try to, the lawsuit literally could encumber me. If I sue him for the $250 right here at the end, you guys are going like glassed-eyed over. Oh my. The whole audience is like, ooh, I'm lost. Okay? This deal is $5.5 million. He said he's going to close right here. Okay? He had 3 days to finish this deal up. He's asking for time right here. The bank, this. We got this little light in the car. We got to get it approved by the light in the lavatory. We got Gulfstream's got to approve it. Hey, dude, shut the deal down, bro. Close the window or we're done. One of the two. You got a Genghis Khan up right now or they're going to take your sister and do bad things. Okay? They're going to tie you up right here. I've done this in deals. I know there's probably a 72-hour period or less right here at the close, right before deals in escrow, money's getting ready to go there, dude, where I'm in full control. Full, unbelievable, maximum control as a buyer. I was doing a deal in Savannah once. It was a $32 million deal. Something changed in the marketplace. Everything was cool. Here. Something changed in the deal. It was in December 3 years ago. This thing was worth $32.5 all day long. Okay, something changed on December 12th that I found out about. We were right here, man, at the finish line. I'm the buyer. Who's in charge? I had $1.5 million in escrow that said if I didn't close this deal on that day, they could keep my money. Guess what I did?
Keep it.
I got this deal for $30 million. Took the guy to ground zero. Right? I reverse roles with him, and I put the Genghis Khan all over his face. And by the way, let me just say this. I'm glad I did because of the information that came up. And I had to do the Genghis Khan, and then I had to wave the white flag. And I had to use 4 different negotiating tactics to get what I wanted. Also, grantcardone.com/closer. This is the website. Because if you don't do that, dude, Genghis Khan is going to come through your town. He's going to come through your town when you buy a car, when you sell a car. It's happening to you everywhere. If you've learned more from this course tonight than any business course on negotiating, post in comments. I'd love to know.
One of the guys, somebody was on last week, said that this week was like exponentially better than last week.
Well, last week was on closing, and this week was on negotiating. It's a combination, man. You don't need one or the other. People left last week like, oh, that's good, man. Wait till you see what I do next week. Okay? So look, here's some secrets of negotiating and closing, okay? I talked about last week. Always offer a price. Complaints versus objections. Hard question closing. Rules of 4. Logic versus emotion. 6 ingredients to the close. Decision phenomenon. Set the stage. Selective listening. Return to the problem. Right? What did I talk about tonight, Jared? What are some of the notes tonight?
The white flag.
The white flag.
Back to the future.
Back to the future.
The Inquisition.
Inquisition close. The Genghis Khan close. Role reversal.
Ground zero.
Ground zero.
One thing.
One
the
thing.
Selfish child.
The selfish child close. You guys, how about this one? Qualify close. The ABC close. The locking down the deal.
Give them a bigger
close
problem.
the door. Give them a bigger problem. Apology close. Rule of initiation. Rule of 57. Always closing. Instant trust close. One thing rule. Bring them to 0. Flipping roles. The pregnancy offers. 11th inning negotiating. The first base negotiator. Okay? These are things that I've used my whole life. And I promise you, they will change the way you do deals. So let me tell you about the offer one more time, all right? You deserve this, first of all. Let me just tell you, if 50 programs didn't work for you, let this be the one that does. Don't quit now. Don't quit when you know you have to buy things. It's crazy, man. They're like, I'm going to go buy, like, look, Russell Brunson's a great friend of mine. I'm going to get Russell's ClickFunnels. All right, good. Fill your pipeline up. What if you can't negotiate with people? I'm going to get Damon Johns. Okay, Damon, by the way, loves what I do in negotiating because he knows these big deals, these very complex deals. You don't see this on Shark Tank. They don't really negotiate the terms of a deal on Shark Tank. They just take whatever the shark gives them. Which means what? Why do you think they call them sharks?
Genghis Khan.
Jaws. Oh, yeah, Damon, do it. Take it, Damon, take it. No, you're the one taking it. He even says it later, man. People are selling parts of their company they shouldn't be selling. So this is what I'm going to give you. Stupid, man. Number one thing Damon John says is you guys are selling parts of your company before you should. Theory of closing, $1,100. Closing strategies, $1,100. I'm giving them both to you. I'm giving you all this, by the way, just so everybody understands. I'm giving you everything, and you're buying a membership with me for $9.95. Everything on here, I'm giving you. It's not like I'm discounting this. Secrets to closing the sale, mastering objections, closed survival guide, audio. That program right there will change your life, I promise you. Rebuttal manual, $149. You'll keep it with you everywhere you go. Plus, I'm giving you the follow-up. Everybody needs the follow-up. Okay, 98% of all transactions are not closed in the first negotiation. Mastering a cold call to fill your pipeline, $1,000. I'm giving it to you. The mastermind coaching program I'm giving to you. Okay, what are you giving me? $997. If you don't have the money, make 4 payments. Okay, 0 interest. Pay me back. You can now use me on your credit report and say, I paid Grant back. You get the program tonight. You don't have to wait. You get it right now. I'll send you a book signed, okay? We're going to give away a $10,000 seat tomorrow. If you took your screenshot and send it, screenshot of your notes, send the screenshot to Natalie at grantcardone.com. What else, Jared, do we need to cover? You're going to get the rebuttal manual. This book is sick, man. It's ridiculous. You're going to get the follow-up program. You're going to get the 120 rebuttals, the VIP mastermind coaching, the follow-up program, mastering the cold call, rebuttals, the closers program, mastering objections, closing the sale, secrets, closing strategies, theory of closing, and you're going to get you get the 30-day money back guarantee, and you get the lifetime with a credit at the store. But there was something else I was going to do. Yeah, you get the eternal life clause. Okay, I'll give you a 100% credit against either the boot camp or the 10X Growth Conference. There was something else I wanted to do for everybody, though, man. The rules? Oh, dude, I know what I'm going to do. For everybody that shared tonight and everybody on the stream, if you just put your email down, I'm going to see. I don't care if you even buy the program from me. I'll get you later. You wake up tomorrow and be like, I should have done that shit. That was a good deal. I'll give everybody, I'm sending everybody a program. If you put your email, I'm going to give you something in addition, whether you bought from me or not tonight. But there was something else I was going to do, Jared. I said, I'm going to do this. And you said, don't do that. And I said, no, I want to do that because I'm crazy. I think I've done enough. Okay? 4 payments. Here, there was something else. There was something else I was thinking. We definitely have to do this. What was it? Okay? What was it? Tried to give some money back for the back of my head. Everybody that does it tonight, I'm also going to add my Rules of Success program. This program is sold 13 different videos in video. Add the Rules of Success. Okay, I think it's a $995 program. I'm going to give it to you for free. Can't make the deal any better than that. Now it's up to you. Now it's on you, okay? How long you want to keep this up, Jared?
Probably tomorrow at noon.
Yeah. Tomorrow at noon? Okay, I'll give you till tomorrow at noon to pull the trigger on it. Do we want to take any questions real quick? These guys want to go home, and I want to help people. I can tell everybody's like, man, let's go home, man. Ain't that long enough? How long have we been on? Look, this is what I've done, man. I've given you 9 techniques tonight. If you could remember them, if you had confidence using them, if you had certainty using them, would they help you? Are you going to buy a house in your lifetime? Are you going to get a mortgage in your lifetime? Are you going to get a job in your lifetime? Are you going to hire people in your lifetime? Are you going to buy a car in your lifetime? If you're successful, are you going to get a lease on an office building in your lifetime?
Kathy has a question. She says, what if I buy it and it doesn't work?
You then just 29 days, send it back to me, okay? But what we're going to do is I'm going to support you every week to answer your questions. The only reason it won't work is because you don't use it. And the only reason you won't use it, Karen?
Kathy,
the only reason, Kathy, you won't use it is because you don't know it. So what I'll do is I'm going to give you one of my guys. He makes $400,000 a year, and I'm going to help it answer your question. He's going to be your personal coach. Every Wednesday, you're going to do a call. Call in. It's free. I'm not charging you. There'll be 4 of those a month for 52 weeks. So all you got to do is hold it together for 6 days, and then on the 7th day, as they said, okay, I'll have my team support you. The only reason it won't work is one, you're going to use it, dude. The house deal, the car deal, finance deal, the lease deal. Like, it's not like you're not going to get opportunities. People are like, well, I'm not in sales. You're buying shit. The Coach bag, the Chanel bag, the watch, the membership. We're negotiating with a country club membership, okay? The plane. How do I get somebody to sell me a plane and they don't even have one? Had a guy tell me on the phone today, dude, how'd you do that? They didn't even have a plane to sell. Because I got to first base with him, dog. I got him to first base.
Max asked, is it books or audios or CDs? How is the course?
You want to answer that question?
Max, the course is it's a video. It's an online video training course that you'll
Video?
have access to 24/7. You can watch it as many times as you want.
We don't charge you extra for watching it more. It's video, a combination of video, audio, and ebooks delivered right to you, okay? This book is going to be sent to you. Most people can't read today. 40% of America is illiterate. Why would I send you more books? 88% of all books are not read, okay? 90% of all video is finished. So look at the flip. I can't finish my book, but I can watch my video. These are little short video segments on negotiating, on these little closes that I gave you tonight. See, one of the things I run long, you know why I run long? I'm going to tell you why I give you so much tonight. Tell you a little trick. I give you so much for those who can't make decisions. Okay? The smart people that are hooking up, let me see the names. The people that hooked up that are smart are like, dude, I missed that, 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 I missed that. The people that are like, again, see, there's only two reasons you won't do this. One, you don't have the dough. Two, you don't think it's going to work. And by the way, I already told you it's not number one. It's not number one. Why? Because I told you, Antoine.
Pamela, Dirk, Dave, Sean, Carlos, Todd, Jose, Brandon, William, Erna, Maria, Jordan, Anthony, Robert, Young, Ezekiel, Maria, Martin, Gary,
Melissa, Darren, Jeremy,
Corey,
Alex,
Devin,
Alexa,
Washington,
Warren,
Zach,
Claire,
Vivek,
Brunner,
Richie,
Anthony,
Edgar,
Helper,
Mark,
Robert,
Brian,
Sammy,
Nancy,
Goodman,
Brad,
Sterling White,
Charles,
Sterling White again,
Joseph,
Soshita Khanna,
Tina.
Check it out, check it out. Only two reasons. Two reasons. Listen to me, guys. Only two reasons. Only two reasons you won't do this. By the way, if you have a team, you can buy as many as you want, up to 10. Okay? This will not be available later at this price. So I do want to create some scarcity here so you guys understand. I'm taking this down. I'm just telling you straight up what it is. Take advantage of it or don't. I'm with you. I want the people that see it. Understand this. And you want to do this when you're in a deal. Let's say I'm selling a deal. I'm selling a deal for $9.97 a month. Right? And the guy's like, dude, there's only two reasons you won't do it. You don't have the money. Or number two, you don't think it's going to work. Let's say I'm selling social media advertising to him. How do I get it back over here? Huh? Okay. Only two reasons you're not going to do it. Number one, it's the money. You don't have the dodo. No momo for the dodo. You don't have the dodo. You don't have the money, man. There's only two reasons you won't buy the plane. You don't have the money, or you don't have any place to go in the plane. I know rich people, man, that can buy the plane. They got no place to go in it. What is that? It won't work for you. If you got no place to go, why would a plane work? It don't work. You understand? You guys gotta learn how to twist logic to get what you want in life. You got to twist the logic, because right now the logic's been twisted on you. You don't think you can afford it.
Dream killer.
Dude, logic is a dream killer, man. Logic is a dream killer. You have given up on the dream because you don't negotiate with the physical universe, which is people, right? Hey, man, look, you don't have the money. You're not going to give me $1,000 a month because you don't have the money, or you don't think it's going to work. Which one is it? You're working a deal. You're with a guy. You know he's qualified. He can buy. He is the decision maker. Do you not have the money? Yeah, man, I don't have the money. You don't have the money because you don't have my program. Right? Now, let's say you're not going to do anything. I'm selling him advertising. Let's take him to ground zero. Well, would this work in complex sales? This will work in any sale. I've sold stuff from $40 to $40 million. I've worked with Fortune 100 companies. I've worked on billion-dollar transactions, okay? I've worked on a $2 billion transaction, closed it in 24 hours, less than 24 hours. The entire deal was decided on in 24 hours when 6 lawyers have been working on this deal for 3 years, okay? So ground zero, hey man, if you don't do anything, you keep your $9.97 a month, and I guarantee you it won't work for you. I'm selling advertising. Nobody knows you. You're not going to make any more money. Hey, look, let's say we don't do anything. Hard questions. Inquisition time. Look, if you do nothing, what happens? Okay? Now, on the other hand, if you do something and you're out $9.97 a month, what's the worst thing that can happen to you because you spend $9.97 a month? What's the worst thing that can happen? Well,
Waste it.
Dude, we wasted it. When's the last time you wasted $997? When's the last time any of you out there wasted $9.97? Francisco, when have you spent $9.97 on something? And it was a complete freaking waste. Keyboard. Yeah. What, do you not use it? No, it's no good. It's like it was a bad purchase, man. Okay? It wouldn't make it any better if it was $497. Number one, it's no good. So $497, $297, and he's not using it. Number one reason, he don't use it. It was a bad deal. He should sell it. You should bring it in here one day. Let me see how much I can get for it. Okay? You're going to get what you negotiate and nothing more on this planet. All right? The website's grantcardone.com/closer. grantcardone.com/closer. If you've ever dreamed of flying private, I never did. I never dreamed of flying private, okay? I never dreamed of getting on a plane, man. I grew up in a town this big, right? My dad died when I was 10 years old. Nobody taught me anything. My dad wasn't there. My mom did not know how to negotiate. My mom stayed away from the mechanic because she knew the mechanic was going to rip her off. So I would go try to change the starter. And then we had to get a mechanic because I didn't know how to change the starter either. So like, you got to learn, man. You're either going to make mistakes and pay the price, or you're going to get the information you need so the universe, buying a house, getting a mortgage, so that you go through life and people don't rip you off and take advantage of you, because that's what's happening. And you guys know it. Take the risk. Take the risk tonight. Trust me on this, okay? 50 people buying a program from me for $1,000 does not change my life. Nothing changes, okay? I want your business. I'm not going to give it to you for free. I've done everything but give it to you for free. I'm giving you 3, 6, 8 programs for free and a personal coach for free.
And a money-back guarantee.
And a money-back guarantee.
And payments if you need them.
And payments if you need them.
And credit for your 1,000 towards boot camp or growth conference.
And a 100% credit if any time in the future you like, hey, dude, I just want a credit on that deal, and keep the program. You don't have to give me the program back. You keep it, and you'll get a credit for my boot camp. Huh? I'll still give them credit. Dude, 5 years from now, if you want to go to one of my seminars, okay, I'll give you a credit for what you bought tonight. I don't care. There's 8 billion people that are going to transact with me on this planet. 1,000 doesn't change anything. So I want you to take advantage of it. It's grantcardone.com/closer right here. It's a great offer. I'm guaranteeing it, okay? You don't believe in yourself? You don't think it's going to work? I take all that out. I take it away from you. Grab it tonight. Take advantage of it. We'll take it down tonight probably by midnight.
Tomorrow probably at noon.
Tomorrow at noon. Okay, so you got between now and then to take care of it. Dude, I don't know why you're looking for money. What you looking for money for? Okay, send you an autographed book. No big deal. What else did I say I was going to do? Oh, I'm going to give you the Rule of Success. That's the $1,000 program. I'm going to add that to the whole package. Anybody that bought earlier, by the way, I'm going to add it to them. And hey, check it out, dude. Maybe I get you a ride on my jet one day.
Screenshot. Boot camp.
Screenshot. Anybody that's the best
Good
screenshot's
notes,
going to get a
dude.
seat.
Good
I need
notes,
6 notes.
Full pages of notes.
6 stupid notes. I need like 7, 8, 9, 10 pages of notes. Screenshots, okay?
Email it to Natalie@grantcardone.com.
Yeah. And I tell you what I'm going to do for one other person, maybe for everybody that buys tonight. I'm going to give one day we're going to get on a plane together. Now, you know I've gone too far, right? I'm just kidding. Okay. I guarantee I ain't going to get you on a plane if you can't freaking get your life in order, get your business in order, and quit getting taken advantage of. You're not going to get on a plane. You're going to get sucked out of a plane like that chick did the other night on Southwest. Is it too soon?
Too soon.
Too soon, you know? I'm just saying, dude. Bad things happen to people because of where they sit. Never sit next to the engine on a plane. Dude, be in the front, man. Stay away from engines. Think. Negotiate your spot in life. I know that this is like a sensitive thing. Oh my God, I can't believe you did that. I can't believe you said that. Bad things happen to good people every day. Negotiate where you sit. Negotiate where your family sits. Get your family in the front of the plane. Get out of the back, man. Nobody deserves it. Your mom, your dad. I got a mother-in-law flying to Spain and coach. I'm like, dude, are you stupid? What's wrong with you? Pay the money and get in first class. She's like, it's so much money. It's $12,000, babe. I send her $8,000 a month. You'll be caught up next month. It's $12,000, man. Go sit up there in first class while your daughter sits in the back of the plane. because she doesn't have the money because she never learned how to negotiate. Go sit in the front, babe. Sit in the front. Mama, you're only going to live this much longer anyway. Right? Live your life, man. Live your life, man. Trade somebody else's money for your opportunity to sit in the front of the plane. You deserve it, okay? $997, it's a $12,000 saving, $10,000 saving. The website's grantcardone.com/closer. I loved having you here tonight. If you got any questions, post them below. I'll do what I can to answer them. If you haven't turned your notifications on, depending on where you're signed in from, please turn your notifications on. Subscribe to the channel. Hope you liked the broadcast tonight. If you didn't do business with us tonight, no problem. I get it. I'm with you. Tomorrow, maybe? Okay? I'll do something with you. I'll keep giving you free stuff. Okay? I'll be here every day for you. I'll be here every day until you get yourself in a position where you believe enough in yourself, believe enough in yourself and your family, your future, and your dreams to where I can help you. Okay? I've done everything I can tonight. I've given you free information, 9 strategies, plus another 3, 12. You probably can't remember them all. That's my concern for you. I gave you a payment plan. I gave you a 30-day money-back guarantee. I gave you a lifetime guarantee. It's crazy. And I gave you the rule of success that I just threw in at the end because I'm crazy. We're helping the right people. I gave you a coach every week for 52 weeks. Okay. I've done everything I can. Now it's up to you. Pull the trigger. GrantCardone.com/closer. 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 And tell your friends about your Uncle G. I'll help you. Thanks a lot.